What's Radiant's ban plan anyway?
And he's really good against gyrocopter because you get to steal flak.
You get everything.
It's
yeah.
probably Excalibur, in my opinion, like his current best hero. It's the hero that they won with.
I agree. Yeah.
But I feel like there's no reason to have lost faith in it.
Is it not too slow paced as a hero, or do you just have to pick something that fits your play style no matter what, even if you know what's happening?
I think if you're trying to play like OG, you're already probably
Behind?
losing or
Yeah.
behind. I think you want to still try to stick to your strengths and adjust accordingly. These guys understand like the way that they want to play. You have to still go with your notions about the game. Otherwise, they're already in your head and you're thinking too much
True.
about how to draft around. I think morphling might be slow, but it is like your comfort and bread and butter.
And it is a game winner. You have a game winner at that point, at least.
Yeah.
5 seconds.
Well, we'll see. Because you know, you don't have to pick it up here, though, right? Since you know more than likely OG's not going to pick it up in that third.
Yeah, you have second pick, so if you want to overall last pick it or something like that,
As well, out.
you can. I just think that maybe you'll want to pick it third or fourth in case OG decides to ban it.
Yeah. Agreed. Jakiro. Long range disable as well as decent level 1 lane support. Tower
The
push.
surprise with Jakiro is just it hasn't been the go-to 5. 5s it feels like is always this kind of smallish pool because it's usually pretty agreed upon which are the best 5 positions, and not many teams are saying Jakiro right now.
It was one SA team, right? They picked Winter Wyvern one game. It got banned, so they picked Jakiro. It was Duster. Duster picked Jakiro 2 games in a row after the Winter Wyvern was banned. And he just said it was long-range disable. And you do have a pretty decent early game here on that side. Nature's Pro, Tuscan, Jakiro all have some nice kill potential. Tag team, one of the best skills at level 1, I'd say.
I think what Jakiro feels really good is when you're fighting around that 10-15 minute mark, if you've maxed out Ice Path, the hero is incredibly powerful. I like that build a lot more than... Yeah, you don't want to max Ice Path for the lane, you want to get that second point of dual breath, but once team fights start happening, Ice Path is amazing.
Yeah, it is. Alright, they go with the Weaver.
Could be a support, could be...
We've seen it middle, it could be... This is another one, can go to any lane.
With the Shaker, you don't expect Weaver to be a support, but it could be a 3 Shaker as well. Maybe Seb's like, yeah, I want to play this Shaker, this sounds fun.
I could see Seb just saying that, like, you know, and I just, you know, I'm standing in, I just want to play that. And they're like, really? Yes. And then you have to pick it for him because it's Seb. Yep. Bait. Get to go and dip into the reserve time again here. You gotta show truly one of your cores now, one of your big cores. We'll see which way they go. There is still a DK in the pool, which we keep bringing up because they did play it every single game. They love the hero. But it's scary since there are a lot of counters to that hero.
Yeah, DK gives you a point and click stun against the Weaver, which is kind of nice, but don't think that's reason enough on its own to be picking the hero. I still think the heroes like the Ember and stuff are just better than a DK as far as what they do around the map.
I think Ember looks pretty good for bait here.
Yeah, I think
Ember looks
great.
Pretty good for. Yeah. Or do they just Morphling Blitz? Are you still on the Morphling train after seeing Weaver?
I think they might need a little bit more team fight, and Ember's not bad, but I just think Morphling got even better right now.
Okay.
Like, I think he feels really nice to play against all these heroes. Like, they don't really have the easiest ways to burst him aside from like some sort of sick echo when he's at like 900 HP. I don't think he really minds playing against Weaver too much.
Pango Pango. Alright.
Okay. I think that might be their mid hero.
Yeah. Could still mix it up because I did look up these stats as well. Because I was looking up who plays Pango. Ghosting, it is his 3rd most played hero. And this guy's played Dota for a while, so, and Pango obviously not the oldest hero.
Yeah, there's a lot of flexibility because the Pango could go off lane, you could put Nature's Prophet mid. We've seen some teams even run it safe lane, at least over in Asia, Southeast Asia and China have been doing some safe lane Prophet with mixed results, I would say, but...
You get farm, that's the thing. Your Nature's Prophet, if you're a core 2, because you're pretty much telling your team, yo, I am going to be insanely greedy. That's just how the hero is.
Not really a natural lane partner with the Jakiro. I think that lane's a bit odd to me, but...
It feels like anyone lane with Jakiro is kind of odd, right? Just because of he doesn't like right click. I don't know. He has such a slow base attack time. It feels awful. Uji, 30 seconds here. They're going to use most of their reserve time as well. Maybe pick up the no-tail hero here.
Pretty good Void Spirit game.
They go Darkseer.
So,
all right, we're going to see. We're definitely seeing a mix. I feel one of these heroes is already no-tails. Blitz, if you had to pick a 5 hero out of these ones, which one would it be?
Shaker.
Okay.
I think that's what he played last time.
Okay.
I think he was the Shaker, if I recall.
Last bands. Anything just... Is there anything you got to worry about on either side of getting cheesed on?
I mean, Meepo Brood are the two I think that get talked about the most these days. Excalibur Meepo.
Yeah, bring it back. It's been a bit, but you could bring it back.
It's a pretty good Meepo game. None of these heroes really pressure Meepo that much. I know a lot of people are like, but Shaker's the best Meepo counter in the game.
Come on.
No, Meepo plays way too fast-paced for Shaker. Like, your games can often be won and Roche taken before Shaker gets a blink, especially if it's a no-tail Shaker. Like, that's gonna be a very low blink dagger. So definitely could be Meepo. I don't know if that's... If Bait have
want to pull that out.
Yeah. I mean, versing OG, if there's a time to pull it out, could be then.
5 seconds.
Oh, they're normal time and reserve time now. Darkseer. Why'd you take the Darkseer here anyways, by the way? Because I'm thinking like, yo, you always want this good mobility and stuff. It doesn't feel like... I don't know. Is Darkseer just highly more valued, obviously, in Europe? We didn't see it at all in NA.
I think he's really tanky in this game, and it's really hard for Bait to kill him with the heroes that they have.
Okay.
Like, he's going to become an aura beast, and they can just take team fights behind him, and I think he has a pretty good laning phase looking at the heroes that he has to play against.
Yeah. Because the Iron, if he's laying against that Prophet, the Iron Shell is just going to allow him to farm and deal with treants pretty well. I think where the hero, for me, has some question marks is there's no obvious like partner to put the Iron Shell on. Normally, you're going to be picking Darkseer either with a 4 position.
Weaver dog.
Yeah, kind of.
Let's get her around.
Yeah, you can kind of get on top of them, but I don't think Weaver wants to be right in the face of the enemy, like melee attack range.
Wait till you see it, man.
Yeah. I'll believe it.
Whoa!
There we go. There's the Darkseer partner. I like this slow
Okay.
now.
So it's a mid gyro?
It looks like it.
Carry Weaver?
Could be, those two could be mixed, right? We have seen in the past middle weavers, but I know you guys, or at least Blitz wasn't the biggest fan of it. Spirit Breaker. All right, let's just talk about the hero. What does it do well, and what does it not do well? Obviously, creep clearing, terrible at. But getting on top of someone.
Charge becomes unreliable as the game goes on.
It's like a vision tool more than a stun at some point in the game.
There's a lot of different ways to stop it.
They go with the Ember we talked about a little bit before. What do we feel? I know it's hard since this OG draft is kind of just, we haven't seen a draft like this, but you do see on the other side Bait. You like their lineup? You like that last pick Ember? Does it feel like this is a good Ember game?
Good Ember game, yes. I think they've gone for this very early mid-game strat with the safe lane Nature's Prophet, Excalibur's when you're playing that, so they feel like they want to be able to fight OG. But overall, would definitely give OG an edge in this game.
It's an offlane Spirit Breaker played by Seb. 33 Darkseer played middle, I guess, versus the Ember. Maybe they swapped it up there?
Support Weaver, yeah.
Interesting. All right, now that we see who's playing what, if you didn't hear it, sorry, 33 is playing Darkseer, Sox is playing Weaver, Gyro by Sumail, and No Tail Shaker again with Seb on the Spirit Breaker.
Reckon Sumail's calling, I want to go mid versus Dendi. He's like, I've versed this guy a lot in my career, I'm ready to take him on again.
Yeah, and he always said he did look up to, I think any mid player who came up during that era, everyone looked up to Dendi, but Blitz, just because you look up to someone doesn't mean you don't want to whoop their ass. Is this going to be an ass whooping?
I think Bait's lineup is actually kind of okay. I think it's a pretty good Ember game. I think he's nice against most of these heroes. As long as they don't get run at too hard, I think if the game gets to like that 30-minute mark, he is going to have a lot of success.
Okay, but who are you taking?
You know what? I'll risk it. I think Bait will do it.
Okay, for the biscuit gods, are you risking it as well, or are you taking OG?
Just looks at me and starts laughing. I'm going to take OG. I think they've got a good, well-rounded draft, and I think they're by far the better team here. You know, two-time TI champions, even with the new roster. OG.
All right, should be a good one. Game one, it's going to be OG Bait, and we are going to toss it over to our Captain BSJ.
My patience is reward. So, this whole mess is all your fault?
Prepare for battle.
All right, let's get right to it, BSJ.
Okay.
Blitz was the brave one. He backed B8 to you also, because nobody at home seems to. They are all backing OG quite heavily. This is the most steepest odds we've seen
I think
today.
that might be a nice solid bet on OG. that's where I fall. I hate to say it, but you know what vibe I get here is this is like Battle Cup Tier 8 or whatever, where you have like the AKs playing against the people that are barely making it to Tier 8.
Yeah.
And you're like, man, do they have a chance? The team, their draft, they pick Spirit Breaker, Darkseer cores. Like, are they really that much better? And
BSJ, did you just compare B8 to players who have barely made Immortal?
well, I'm saying that OG's like 10K.
No, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? I get that vibe where they kind of like their lineup says to me like, we think we're better than you, and let's see how much like. It just doesn't matter what they pick, and they're just gonna be better. That's kind of what I'm wondering to see in this game.
I'm gonna guess it's the offlane Spirit Breaker that is giving you this vibe.
Yeah. The Darkseer Spirit Breaker vibe is definitely screaming to me that they're looking to have some fun, and they don't think they can lose. And I don't think that's cockiness in the sense that from whenever I watch OG throw together a lineup, they always play it to its maximum potential. It's just whether or not the maximum potential of this lineup is capable of winning.
Well, to be clear, it's actually 4-position Spirit Breaker. I just clicked on those items.
Really?
It is going to be a set playing the support in 33. Still going to be playing core.
No, that's a core Spirit Breaker with those items. It is a support Weaver.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
Wait, so we're at 33 going? Oh, he's going
mid on the Darkseer. Yeah, they're saying it might be mid.
Okay.
So he's got the Sage's Mask to start the game.
Yeah,
which that's pretty value on the mana regen. Doubles it up, giving him the extra 1 going to 2.1. Darkseer mid probably does okay against Ember. Both heroes, I would imagine, pretty much free farm.
And then our top lane is a normal lane. That's the only normal lane we have on the side of OG. It's a gyrocopter Earthshaker
Yeah, they might be
lane.
trying to cut him off here. LeBron
Yeah.
and King R making a cool little move here. Sumail, is he ready? Pants down or pants up? Pants are good. Okay.
Okay, well, it went up, and now they've gone back down.
Oh, gosh.
They're going to be able to get some right clicks. What was that? That was the weirdest fade I've seen. Like, King R showed
He's like,
himself.
oh, no, we're good.
No, joke's on you, joke's on you, and then went back in again.
Forces
Okay.
the TP from Sumail. So
TP's in, no problem.
minor economical damage. That's 90 gold now. That's not just 50 gold anymore.
So I thought it was kind of interesting that Bait definitely took a very aggressive draft. They want to be able to fight early, and Sumail, he's going to be having a lot of fight put upon him. That's going to be your first blood. King R.
He TP'd for that.
He TP'd.
55 seconds. Walk of shame. Is he going to smoke? Let's find out.
Are you going to grief your team? Would you grief your team to smoke right there to get to lane faster?
I don't know if it's griefing if you're... Okay, he's not going to smoke, but he's going to buy the circlet for the extra half movement speed.
I mean, your support's in lane. Somebody's collecting the golden experience. It's fine.
It's true. And it's no tail, so you're not exactly unhappy. It's not like a pub where you're like, I guess I'll give this guy the XP.
So what I wanted to say is that we don't have a normal Excalibur hero. In fact, it's very abnormal for Excalibur. He's never played Furion in his professional career.
Wow, that is quite a change in pace and a, I would say, confident move playing against OG and just making sure you never played. Well, I said they're going to free farm, and I said this was like Battle Cup, but Dendi showing why he also was a TI winner in this game.
That's right. A 3-time TI Grand Finalist, in fact.
That's 3 more than Arteezy.
Yeah, that is indeed.
Sorry.
But how many more third places does Arteezy?
No, way more. I mean, that category is dominated for sure.
Ghostic, Fisher out, Sumail just put a little damage where he can. But yeah, they opted for the Furion, which is not a normal Excalibur hero. They didn't offer a hard carry, which is traditionally what he's running, and they opted for something that's a lot more fast-paced. It seems to me that they've been watching the other teams. They've watched how the games have gone down today and said, we cannot draft anything that's slow. We have to get something that's ready to fight at all times.
Absolutely. I like their approach. They know what to expect. They know what they're getting themselves into playing against OG today. And let's just say OG will be running at you, and they will be running at you very fast with the Spearbreaker plus Darkseer combo thus far. Darkseer, even though he got killed, is farming just fine, but Dendi has a significant XP lead on him so far.
It might have been a little bit since he played Spearbreaker, because there is the change now where you can slow him. His charge is slowed down. He trying to charge LeBron earlier while he was still breathed on. And he did not move very fast, that's for sure. King R gets away from that top lane after a bit of a Fisher block in.
Brief moment, let's appreciate that that Big Daddy did have more CS than Sumail up until this very moment.
Now they're going to try and get the pull off Ghostic. Looks to be able to grab it with the swashbuckle without getting too close, but he failed to pull the aggro off. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Seb dying. Bait up 3-0 now as OG continue to bleed out kills in this laning phase. And again,
33 got bullied again mid, had to salve. Threw out his sword, but he has no mana or health regen left and no
nice
tail.
block in. They do get a Fisher out, but thanks to this tag team, they're going to be slowing down No Tail enough to be able to get that kill, making 4 for Bait. As now their net worth lead goes over 1,000.
Bait did not come here to fool around, Bait. Up 4-0. 4 minutes into the game. 1 extra kill per minute. 33 forced to jungle. That's never good this early.
No, not at all.
Dark here, but Ember is absolutely free farming, and that's something that you do not want to give a mid lane Ember.
As a result of some of that jungling, he does have the top CS, but obviously he's getting less out of some of those neutral creeps than regular. I wonder if at some point in time somebody's going to rotate to him, take some of that farm.
Yeah, I don't really know who you leave alone right now. Do you leave the Gyro alone? I don't think that's good against the Tusk Pango. I don't think you can leave Spearbreaker alone. Maybe you can put the Weaver alone bottom and then take Spearbreaker mid.
It's a weird situation for sure. The tag team come out. They're going to try and blow up No Tail as quick as possible, but the chain's done. Ghostic is so squishy and underestimates just how tanky No Tail is.
Well, he's racing for this rune on Dendi. He already rimmed it.
Thanks, King Guard. They're going to lock him in. No Tail. He's going to have to just run straight down. Hope for a neutral deny. He stuns them all up. No neutral to get it. Wow, I'm very surprised. Dendi using a remnant there, but doesn't somehow claim the kill.
Dendi owning in the last hits mid, but not in the last hits there.
Weaver and Miranda, those are two supports that we're seeing come up a bit. And one thing they have in common is they are super good at sniping courier.
Yeah, very low commitment from either of them. Gone again.
That swashbuckle tag team doing so much work with the disarm minus armor. They make short work of Samael. Samael continues to struggle. Just quite low down there in the CS chart.
Since the Jakiro rotated out, he is alone. They are content diving with this tanky Spearbreaker. Gets the bash and the trees to protect himself. They only have the cold blade, but it's not enough to get there's only one tree and it was blocked by the tower.
I can't believe that Sprout pushed everybody out.
Yeah, that was impressive.
It was quite fortunate. Unfortunately, he loses his courier. Saxa finds another one over that gank. 5-1.
Spearbreaker does just TP base and he's going to be ready to go again. At what point will we see the Darkseer and Spearbreaker connect? The fact that Bash is based on your movement speed, being able to go above hasted is pretty nice on Spearbreaker. Down for a Treads Mask of Madness. No, I'm kidding. I don't think that's what he's going to go. But we'll just
so what is the item build?
I genuinely would have to ask Zai because I have no clue. He's the one saying they're trying to pull it off. But Excalibur is only level 4 compared to level 5 of Seb. Soxy?
They got to respect how tanky Furion can get. He's just a raw stat machine.
Really is.
I'm just farming over this stack.
Oh, neutral items galore. The jelly. Very nice for Darkseer. Going for the Helm of the Dom. So we're going to see some fancy plays. 33. Never ceases to pick micro heroes no matter what he's playing. Also finds a mango tree.
I guess that is one advantage of jungling over playing the lane.
Dendi is also playing very efficiently, though has a stack in the big camp that he rimmed in from when he flame guard the mid lane. So a lot of efficiency for that. And one time I am not looking bottom, Seb does manage to take down Tusk went down bottom. Meanwhile, OG may be going on top.
Still trying to get him.
Weaver goes down bottom. Can we not have two things at once? And Faded Brooch on top of the phase boots, so he's quite fast.
He's got a man at work with 2. 3 remnants are coming up in this team fight as well.
Not looking for him apparently. Looking to go in the back lines.
This is an opportunity, but they need to be able to get some good disarms here. Ghostic gonna roll on through. Nails the Spearbreaker, but he wants Saxa, knowing that Shuku's on cooldown, tries it with the ankle. They are gonna be able to get Seb, but can Saxa get away with the Shikuchi, or can he get the courier? Anything out of this? He hides away into the trees. Ghostic knows he's somewhere around here.
See them, can't see
3 more seconds farther up, though. King Art's being chased by Camille, who has a haste. Oh, geez, not as haste, a surge. As he runs them all down with the Ion Shell, and Saxa was able to play patiently inside of the trees, waits it out, waits for this whole thing to blow over.
Meanwhile, they're just farming the safe lane on that 5-position Earthshaker.
Time to give him his boot dagger, I guess, and now says it's time to be really active, and he's certainly getting some kills for it. He's now going to chase down LeBron again to help that Ion Shell. He is a dangerous machine right now, surging up. He needs to be able to get away from Dendi. They need that outpost.
Channeling.
They're not going to be able to get it. Seb going to make sure they don't have a chance. In fact, he's going to use his ultimate here to bounce back. Ghostic for the snowball save. He's going to be nicely used here. On his side, though, they're still underneath the wall. The swashbuckle over the side. And one more shot from Saxa. Okay, the illusion of the Furion gets the kill. Now they look for more. A charge through Dendi into the back line of Excalibur. Excalibur with no TP up is probably going to be chased down pretty easily. He's nicely statted up, but this time he's not going to be able to get the Sprout for survival. Oh no, the Ice Pass! Is he going to be able to save him so much damage? Saxa barely able to get that kill towards the end of the chain to finish up that Weaver. 33, he was man-moded here. The macro fire going out. Charged out with his helmet. Dominating creep. Get it off. He get it off. He can't. Now 33. A triple kill for him will surge the other direction.
Did we expect anything different from this game?
Well, 33, I didn't expect him. Nice juke and a surge away from the Rolling Thunder. He's fine. He is 2K net worth almost up on Dendi, who is second. He has 6,500 net worth at 11 minutes.
114 CS, by the way. Next on the charts is 66.
Yeah, we were talking about how, you know, it's going to be better for Dendi to play the lane in neutrals, but 33 was actually getting more out of the jungle.
Apparently. Even with that first blood that he fed to Dendi, it just doesn't seem to matter.
Watch this whole fight back again, shall we?
I'm ready for a Radiance Darkseer as we see the dive coming in, and Bait seems to be keeping on pace. Like, they're ready for this. They're here. They're fighting.
Yeah.
But somehow, OG still comes out on top. 4K net worth lead after that fight, by the way.
That gyrocopter, a surge in the shell, pretty scary. Back to the game. They are going to be able to. They almost had two different heroes dead on the side of OG. Dendi barely gets away, though, to safety. Sadly, though, he could not get those kills that he was hoping for. Instead, he managed to clean up the opposing offlaner and ghosted.
Yeah, they tried to go on no tail, but he's already level 6. He used the Echo Slam to defend himself. Already level 7 now. He's the same level as the offlane for the opponent. And that's a 5-position Earthshaker. This is a very greedy lineup when you think about it. But they are super aggressive, making space for their actual carry, no tail. Meanwhile, Seb, content to farm up top, has treads, double bracer. He's super tanky. Going for the Ag Scepter. Let's remind people that this increases the Charge of Darkness movement speed and reduces its cooldown. It goes from 11 to 6. That is pretty... And you get an extra 100 movement speed as well. So that plus the surge is pretty insane, I would imagine. 250 from the surge, 475 from the charge. It's like 900, 1,000 movement speed-ish.
So just flat out,
Plus bulldoze.
It's an extra 32 damage when you charge somebody, right? And then you increase it even more with bulldoze. You can't quite get a chain stun. I tried out, you charge in, you hit him with the ultimate. Your charge won't be back up, but if you get like 2 lucky bashes somewhere in that combo, then you can chain stun him all the way through.
They are smoked, trying to bring him down. Will they respawn on the side of OG? I imagine they will.
And he pops a bulldoze. He's going to be able to shrug off these disables pretty quickly, but the damage is something a bit harder. And with that, maybe they'll take this tower. OG playing the other side of the map, though. Quickly swarm into the mid lane.
Yeah, nice move by Bait. No objective on the map for OG to take. Just farming the dead lane is Seb, and he's dead. And there, no tail actually just dragging his creeps over, helping out 33 here on the efficiency level. Dendi shows himself bottom.
Greaves.
That's a
I was down for the Radiance, man.
Dude, the Radiance would be
You're this
sick.
far ahead of everybody, you know?
You're also like a Pinata, right? Since you have a kill spree and you want to be careful of not dying. Will he get the vacuum into the Centaur? Oh, he went for it, coming out of the side fist there. Does miss it. But they're not giving up. Dendi seems to be content to bait as long as he possibly can, but that Ion Shell breaks his Flame Guard, so he's not even going to be able to clear the wave. Sumail going for the Ag Scepter rush. So we got 2 Ag Scepter rushes coming out. I believe Sumail and Seb are basically copying each other. They both have treads, double of their primary stat item, a wand, and they're going both Ags. So currently there's the build to success. If you guys are trying to learn how to be better at Dota, this is it right here.
All right. Every roll. That's the build.
Yep.
It's 12 to 11. OG do have a 5,000 net worth lead, and part of that is the fact not only have they been winning some fights, but they've been taking a lot of map control. And they've got a lot of heroes that take advantage of that map control and take advantage of neutral stacks. Both Gyro and Darkseer have been doing a lot of that. Jump away to mid lane. Once again, the vacuum Centaur Stomp attempted, but Dendi's too fast for that.
That ISL Radius talent on Darkseer, I think, was one of his biggest buffs. It's pretty insane. It went from 250 to 375.
Now, he used to have 90 damage?
Yes.
Is that the talent that he used to be?
No, it's always been, 90 right-click damage, yeah. And that, for the most part, unless you were hitting a building, didn't really do anything. And on Darkseer, you don't really want to hit buildings. So. very odd talent that didn't really make sense for the hero. When that patch originally came out, you're like, damn, Battle Fury, Mask of Madness, Darkseer, yeah, but it just doesn't work that way. The hero's got, you know, 1.8 agility gain and no natural way of right-clicking people. It was fun in theory, though.
I think people oftentimes underestimate the, you know, 100 doesn't sound like a big number. Right, Brian? Pretty sure I've watched your stream talk about these radiuses.
Yeah, radii.
Circular abilities.
Yeah, absolutely. You go from 2.5 squared to 3.75 squared. 5 squared. %250% of the AoE there, Cap.
You know,
Sorry
I'm not
for my
gonna
math
lie,
nerd
I didn't really follow that. And I'm pretty sure most of chat is not smart enough for it either.
250%.
But it sounded good. Those were bigger numbers for
Those
sure.
very
I
big
heard
numbers.
big numbers.
Big numbers.
And that's what I know about Dota is big numbers are good.
Yeah, very big. Very good. Bigger the better, Cap. I'm sure you're unaware of that.
Well, it's about how you use your net worth. That's all important. And how is OG going to use their 5,000 net worth lead that they currently
Very
have?
beautiful segue. We see a charge coming out from Seb, who gets surged up. He's going to be there in no time. I'm charging the Pangolier. Soxa joining him here.
Comes Dendi. He has a remnant right next to him. Ghostic needs a little bit of help here. Otherwise, it's just going to be chained down. One foot over the side. The ice path is just enough for him to get the Rolling Thunder off, and he instantly TPs away. Now, to try and run, but it's a little bit harder than it sounds against this Oh my god.
Bug was clinched right there.
Yeah.
But he narrowly escapes. Well played, all things considered by bait. They baited him. They forced him to come there, and they got out. I guess that's why that's their name. No Tail might be in some trouble bottom.
Now they just baited No Tail, thinking this lane was free to farm. He throws out the Echo. Oh, but little does he know there's even more heroes.
What's going on here? I can't really tell. Rocket is on the Ghost Stick, but it appears nothing's going on here. Has the Greaves on cooldown for 12 seconds. Nether Shawl plus a hood, or cloak, excuse me. This Darkseer is sitting on a solid 55% magic resistance. That looks pretty good. Full hood now. I have to update that value to 60%.
Okay. So, no magic damage to kill Darkseer. That's what I'm getting out of this. And they don't really have a ton of physical damage on the side.
He might have to consider going physical after that BKB. Maybe a Deso, Crystallis, something like that. Because we saw that earlier where ILTW didn't go for the physical damage and their lineup had all magical damage. But mid looks like
Now 33. Swashbuckle, the Rolling Thunder inside of this river area could be so good. But Samael, he's running away with the haste through the last little remnants of his fate, though. He gets bumped by Wolf's Ghostic. Gives up on that chase. And now it's OG's chance for a rebuttal. They're going to be able to charge on through against LeBron. Gets out a nice path, giving up his life for his teammates to try and get away.
all things considered, I think that's okay. We do see that Excalibur went for the Orchid. And I don't know how much this is going to do when OG's just running around with 5 heroes. That's a bit nerve-wracking for me. Seb looking to farm the top lane for the rest of his Acceptor, and he's definitely one of those global mobility heroes that can show up to the fight anytime. Maybe a bit slower than some of the global teleports, but that Iron Talent's probably paying some mad dividends for a hero that usually does not farm very well. But Nature's Prophet TPing into the trees, as well as Tusk here, they're probably going to bring him down because he has no mana. Does have 20 stick. So
20 stick to... Oh, what? Excalibur! Whoa, honey!
Excalibur, what are you doing? No,
okay, all right, he's still there, man. Get off the Orchid. Seb's dying.
All part of the plan.
It's some weird, like...
Baiting him into safety on the bait team.
Was he trying to get vision around the area to make sure there's nobody else?
I'm pretty sure he meant to summon trees and he summoned, or he sprouted himself.
Well, you know, that's what sometimes these things happen when you play the hero for the first time.
Yeah, for sure.
King Irons. And let's go, Stick. Okay, that's a good Rolling Thunder. Bounce it back. Okay, yeah, this is a bad fight. Ghostic knows it too. He's out. But is Excalibur out? He got baited into this. The wall of Rust slowing him down. He's going to go for a TP out, but there's a long-range Fisher from No Tail.
Yeah, almost a full pipe done for 33. These group up items are allowing them to group up even better. Only 900 gold left for Seb to get this Ag Scepter. OG just looking like they're several steps ahead. Bait at all times here. And a game that went seemingly well in the laning stage for Bait has quickly devolved into the chaos that OG knows and loves. and with a couple advantageous fights, then turns it into a Roche and an AK network lead. Earthshaker's working on a blink, still doesn't have it. It is a 5-position shaker, so kind of to be expected. Sumail's got the axe, plus going for that Satanic with the Aegis. Pretty hard to bring him down once, let alone twice. And
So should Bait even try? Should they just
definitely
focus on split pushing for now?
yeah, I think you got to fight them if they go high ground, and they're going to threaten it. They're either going to go high ground if you don't defend, or if they see heroes at base like they do in a second, they're probably just going to shut you down by going for the tier 2 top, and then do some move to take over the bottom Radiant jungle.
I mean, they do have really good high ground attacks, right?
Yeah,
Like throw out a macro pyre or a good sleight of fist combination, and that will buy some time for Excalibur and Ghost to maybe find farm elsewhere. But can they get enough farm?
That's the real question.
Will they actually be able to turn this game just based off of the next round of items? Here comes that Aghanim Scepter. Seb cancels that charge, but he's got another one coming up, so he could just as easily join his team now. There's real downtime to this, and he's going to do so. He's going to into Excalibur, so he stops while the rest of the team continues their push to the top lane. They're laying into that tier 3 while Seb makes sure that Excalibur doesn't have a way to be able to get back to the base. He's now going to go for Seb. They have the Orchid with King R showing up. They're going to try and quickly blow up Seb, and it looks like they will be able to do so with the Orchid proc back over to the top lane. And it's Ghostic. He jumped out. He needs to be able to swashbuckle back to the safety of the base, and then pulling the with a search with an Echo Slam. Ghostic's still alive. Here comes the Rolling Thunder, though. He's going to bounce back and forth with his stay alive. That's the important part. 3 seconds on the trees. The Snowball makes sure that he doesn't go anywhere. They die. And that was not bad from Bait at all. They only lost half their health on the tower.
So we were talking about earlier when Enigma did this similar thing. They were running at Cyber Legacy all game, and they proceeded to feed like this once. And we said OG would just do it again if this were OG. So let's test that theory and find out if they'll do this again. We have Excalibur TPing Sprout walking Sumail. Nobody's alive on the side of OG. Is he just going to speed?
Well, there's somebody alive, and that's Seb. He charges right through. Plus, this is the first line of Sumail. They're going to come back in. Ice Pack to be able to set things up. Dendi's joining up, just trying to blow up the Shark as quick as possible. They got him dead. Now, next target, that's going to be Seb. Seb does have a charge up in a second here. You can see some creeps get out, but they are not going to go for him anyway. They actually do manage to get the Orchid onto Saksa here, so he isn't able to reach Gucci right away. But now they go back forward. But No-Tail gets a little bit close to that. Dendi says, good opportunity to be able to bring down that team fighter. Hello, old friend, and goodbye. A sleight of fist to be able to finish him off. A Rolling Thunder to be able to bounce off of 33, and it's Bait who continues the team fight now. Rolling Thunder charges are actually bumping the ball. A vacuum into 3. That's nice, but no follow-up from it as Seb didn't have a charge up. Yet again, the Orchid on the Saksa, but this time there's no escape. And 33, and Seb realized that this fight has gone on too long and too many casualties. They'll retreat, but looking a bit worse for wear.
Well, they did it again. That's most certainly the case. Now, we see here Bait giving them the mobility around the map is being countered by just not fighting them directly. They see this group up from OG and they decide to pick off the Spirit Breaker. While No-Tail does get a sick Echo Slam with the Surge in, but that's just not enough damage. Everyone living on a sliver of health, and when they're alive, all of them hitting you with that Tusk tag team, you get killed pretty quickly, even on a hero like Darkseer in this game.
Felt like
also gets caught.
Bit of miscommunication where like Seb's like, I've got the Fury on lockdown, go high ground, and they weren't really able to do that. And then on top of that, No-Tail back in while the rest of his team was retreating.
Yeah.
And then they kind of came back because he hit an Echo Slam, but then they just getting caught as well.
Will we take a chill pill on the side of OG? 600 gold away from the Blink Dagger on Shaker. Bait 5-manning bottom for the bottom runes. Looks
Actually,
like
never mind.
It's going to be 2 for 2.
Wait for Satanic, right? Surely.
You got Blink, you got Blink coming, you got Satanic coming. No other items, it looks like, are near. Oh, Ags on Weaver is only 400 away. Yeah, they're definitely waiting. Yeah. Even OG can wait, right? Even the he can wait. As Seb charges in.
The opportunity presents itself. Seb sees an opportunity for a charge, but is stopped by the chains. Now Fisher out under Dendi, actually using the ultimate. Get off there, Rolling Thunder, though. King R still had Saksa and Seb chasing him down as well.
33 is sick, man. Nobody else could just play these micro heroes like he does. It's actually nutty.
Yeah, that was a nasty.
It's a combo with Shaker when you just have a Centaur combo of your own.
Yeah.
That's an AoE 2-second stun.
33 says, I'll do it all by myself. They win the team fight that they need. Who needs Satanic? Who needs Aghanim Scepter? Let's go high ground, boys. Buyback from King R. Tier 3 back him. Another Centaur stomp. Do they have the follow-up? Where's No Tail? Oh, he was going backwards to pick up his point dagger. He's here now, though. He's ready to jump as soon as that BKB fades away, but 33's dead. Samael, he's got his Satanic. He could turn around. He's going to Spider Legs. Get out of the crowd. Now he's going to turn. He activates his Satanic, but he's been stunned up. He doesn't actually heal that much, and now he's a little bit exposed. The Satanic active is gone. If they could just beat him down, it'd be excellent for him. Dendi almost gets him, but then Spider Legs again getting him out of the
Region
fight.
bottom too. He can get out of the fight.
Oh, that would be massive. He does have a charge up as soon as go slam on the 3. No Tail finally shows up big. The 3-man Fisher to follow. Another set bounces back. Excalibur, say goodbye to that BKB timing. You're just going to have TP out. Oh, he barely makes it. It gets bashed by Seb during the Rolling Thunder. A swashbuckle up in 4 seconds time. Diving tier 4s. A raindrop protects him. The buyback now from Dendi. He sees Seb. He sees his blow. Another Weaver Axe. But the order will follow that. No save this time for Seb. Samael is going to be blocked in by the sprout. Once again, the Spider Legs are finding so much freedom out of this forest. He can't take that. Our tour Dendi is going to be able to chain up Samael. Slides up, doing a little bit of damage. Satanic is up again. Be careful.
What the hell?
They need to be able to just kite Samael and not overcommit, but that also means letting him leave if he wants to.
I'd be tilted if I was Albert right now.
Yeah, Spider Legs is kind of killing this game.
Imperion, I guess 2 heroes will just get completely ruined by Spider Legs. I wonder if they need to give to Mars is that his ulti can be walked out of the Spider Legs.
Excalibur, who thought about going for the new blood with the Hyperstone, decides that armor is more needed for him.
Yeah, he's being forced to man up during his BKB, so he has no really other option. I think he does have the 10 armor talent, but at this point, most likely going to take the 40 attack speed and just dish out the damage while in that BKB form. I just don't know if he's going to be able to dish out enough during that, because once he comes out, you got Darkseer, you got Spirit Breaker, you got Earthshaker, you got Gyro. That's a lot of magic damage and a lot of disable.
I will say that Seb has been impressively disrupted with this Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah. Low cooldown charges. He's pretty squishy, though, all things considered.
Yeah?
I'm saying that like we've seen him die to profit like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
Why is it that he has a 5 armor talent and it doesn't say he has +5 armor? Am I crazy?
That's a bug for you. It's correct for us. Oh, it's correct for him. It's correct for me.
That's very strange.
Yeah. I have this +5.
Okay, I've seen that several times.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that. Interesting. Beta. It's fine.
Yeah.
Sumail's actually queuing up a rapier. Oddly enough.
Yeah. You know.
Why not?
Ag Satanic Rapier.
I don't think you absolutely need to go for a rapier, but it will make the game much more interesting. Not that it isn't already interesting. I'm enjoying this game, despite the 10K network lead. Bait is putting up a fight, and there are fights, and there are a lot of kills. 43 kills, 29 minutes in the game. Charging top lane. They see it, though. Oh, it's just a creep.
They do anything to stop all this? That's another question. That's a healthy amount of gold. Hell, at this point in time, when you see Samael, and he's got a Demon Edge, I almost want Bait to be like, all right, guys, he's building a Divine Rapier. Let's let him farm it.
Yeah, that's probably the winning condition for them.
Let's see what happens. Then he takes up a region, and that's pretty good. Then he got greedy, and the Fisher into the charge combo from Seb was good enough. Look at those spike legs with the surge. James is Samael.
He had like 1,000 movement speed there.
King R, that was a sick ice shard, so blocking in Samael. He may have to give up his life for it, though, as it looks like OG are not slowing down. Tier 3, that is nothing but a yield sign, and there's nobody to yield to. Bait, they're all dead, sitting inside their fountain. Either or.
How are there any pedestrians when they're already dead?
Yeah, that's true. Seb's already run them all over. All right, they're going to take 2 lanes of barracks at once, apparently.
Damn.
Okay. But the good news is they're going to get a bunch of gold off these buildings, and Samanic will be able to complete his rapier.
True. I'm just sad that this game may end before we see the 25 times AoE surge from Darkseer.
Would be pretty hot.
Another lane of racks is going to go down. Still at the bottom lane. I guess they're just waiting for Dendi to be respawning. 30 seconds on him. AC done on Excalibur, so no items coming anytime soon for him. He's ready to fight as he'll ever be. And looks like OG is content to walk back and get roached. They're saying, we're going to get the rapier, but we'll have a bit of a safety net with this Aegis. I personally believe this is a bit of a combat.
What if?
They're contesting,
if
maybe.
they don't get that rope? They're going to try and get their time to actually see No Tail first. Making sure to break the smoke, and it's going to be safe with the Weaver back. They still managed to take it down thanks to that Orchid. Excalibur does like work really hard, but Samael getting into a little bit harder. With all those flat cannon shots, he's already killed the Shakira and Brock Hosting down to half health. The Rolling Thunder's doing good work. Sadly, it's good enough to save Excalibur. Eventually gets beaten down. Now,
1,015 movement speed. I finally clicked it when he has the spider legs going with the surge on Sumail. So imagine a free pathing 1,000 movement speed gyro. That's with a rapier. Yeah. That I'm pretty sure was also very stunning.
it was fast-paced, and it was messy, and it was mostly one-sided game from OG. It was exactly what we expected, indeed.
But honestly, it was predictable. You're watching this movie, you know how it's going to end, but the journey there is what you got to enjoy. And I enjoyed the journey. How about you, Kyle?
Oh, I certainly enjoyed the journey. I know.
5 seconds.
Yeah.
Can you name them? before it comes up on the screen right here?
Well, like all 5 players that are currently in the game or that are on their roster.
You're running out of time.
Right here.
Okay, it's Sumail, No-Tail, Seb.
Too late.
What? I was going through the list.
Oh, okay.
33 in Soxa.
Yep, you're correct. What are we? Okay, what do these faces tell us, dude? Sox, I love Sox's pose. That's a good one with the glasses. The pull them down and look sexy.
I don't know what Sumail's going for.
Yeah, I don't know either. But he makes it look good either way. But on the other side of things, we have Bait as well. And there's Dendi giving that Koi a smile. Not too many smiles on that team, actually.
This is the classic esports photo.
Pose,
Crossed arms, slight smile, but not too happy. Looking serious, looking like you're killers. You're gonna slay on the Dota playing field.
This I feel like is, a photographer is trying to make you look cool, and then he's just like, I can't do this. Like, just cross your arms, like, it's fine.
Do the normal. Yeah. What would you go? Give me your best pose for a picture, Blitz.
I always did the cross arm. When I was on Zephyr, yeah, this is what I did. This was my move.
Oh, okay.
There's a photo of me with when I had the super long hair. This is just me doing.
The guns are always good. No one hates the guns because, like that guy, he's serious. Like, he plays for keeps.
When we had the Spider-Man jerseys, we did this. Like the Spider-Man.
Yeah. Do you like the Spider-Man jerseys? I guess you have to, right?
You like him?
Contractually obligated to like him?
I actually do like him. I personally like him. So, it is what it is. But you know what? No one cares about Spider-Man. He is literally the worst Avenger all time. You know what we do care about? The Game 2 draft. And I really do mean that. Spider-Man's a useless Avenger.
What? Who's the best then?
Like, are we talking power-wise or like coolest?
No, just like the coolest. I assume that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, absolutely. Probably. Yeah, let me think about it.
Okay.
Black Widow.
All right. So as we get into the draft, we're gonna see few picks. What are you thinking here?
10 seconds.
What are you thinking here? What the hell? Okay. No, that's a good question. So OG, they ban out the big team fighters, right? You got the Keeper of the Light and the Mars already with your first 2. On the other side, they ban out Darkseer. I think that's a good ban, especially against 33.
Cuddle seems like the OP right now as far as 5 positions go. Mars seems like the OP offlaner as far as offlaners go. Or at least the best. Like, you can pick it any game, and you just never lose your lane. Like, there's no safe lane carry that you can pick against Mars and be like, yep, Mars is in for some trouble now.
Yeah, he's like a more farming version of Centaur.
Yep.
They banned the Magnus, which we have not seen once in any region, but you ban it because that's a win condition, right? Mag +1, all of a sudden you do outscale someone extremely quick. I think maybe that's what OG's thinking.
Not 100% sure actually why this must be like a meta thing where they know each other or they've run into something that they're trying to avoid.
And the Earthshaker gets taken out. Obviously, the overall first pick in that last game. No-Tail shown, hey, it's not just a 4, it's also a 5.
You can really play positionless Dota if you can just everybody runs at everyone.
Yeah.
Because then you'll just equally get gold, right? If you're not focusing on farm, like you'll naturally scale up with the rest of your team as you participate in team fights and take towers. So I don't think it's as greedy as we think. Like, No-Tail didn't even wait for Blink in that fight. He didn't get one until like super late.
He did have a Darkseer though, which helps out quite a bit.
For sure. But even then, like, even without the Darkseer, surging him, because oftentimes it'd be the Gyro. He just kind of ran in and
you have
Earthshaker things.
And like when an Earthshaker's running, you either run away or you're already trapped in. So it's gonna work either way. No, you're right. There's the Chen. Chen did go ban the first game, not this time. OG might have taken it themselves for 33. We've already seen him play it once. So it does mean you want to take these lanes again a little more seriously, right? The Chen, he's all about his laning phase.
Yeah, strong lanes falls off. That's always been the issue with Chen, and OG gonna start with Phoenix, gives him some good team fight. I think we're seeing Phoenix also be a pretty strong laner, particularly with some of those tanky offlaners, although the Mars, the Centaur are the 2 big ones, both banned out, so we'll have to see what OG get instead. Although Phoenix has also been playing the core role, so there's flexibility there.
Could still do Axe. That's another popular pairing that we've seen, but instead they're going to take the Tusk to protect. I think this is also a hero that they ran maybe in their previous series. Not 100% sure.
They did. And this Tusk, right? Level 1, man. Level 1 Tusk. We saw it, right? King R, he just first blood Sumail. He just runs up to him, tag team. You have one other person hitting you. It is a ton of damage. Scary lane and a good save. People always forget, once you get that blink dagger, you're not a guaranteed save, but you're a decent save.
5 seconds.
Do you just pick your game winner right here? Do you think about doing something like TB? Just changing it up completely?
Chen is really good at enabling safe laners. That's why you pick him, so that you can do something a little bit more greedy, I feel. Unless you're OG and you have 33 and you're going to run like safe lane Chen or off lane Chen. I do think the main reason you pick Chen is so that you have a hero that maybe lacks out on regen a little bit. He enables a lot of push. He's a good save. He's a good lane winner. He allows you to like trade out. So I do think I would like to see Baco at least a little bit more focused on late game. You can't just allow OG's like threat of the early game to like dissuade you from doing everything.
Because as you said, you play the same game as them. Well, they've played the game for 2 years that way. You have not.
Yeah, you're
they
gonna
will
lose.
Be better. Yeah.
Do you think there's like an ideal carry to have with Chen, or is it going to be game dependent?
Pretty game dependent. I think spec's not bad, but I think they might just wait to see all the heroes first.
Okay, I know BSJ will not be happy because he likes Beastmaster, but when you pick him early, right, you're just susceptible in these lanes. Beastmaster's level 1 and 2 is not good, right? Until you get that level 2 boar. But they go with the Zoo, so you already got the Zoo strat. You got the Chen and the Beast already. You've got a lot of summons, you've got a lot of pushing power, so they are mixing it up, and I like that.
They seem to have this idea to fight OG in the early game. Like we saw the last game a bit, even though it was less like push Zoo strat, as you're saying. I think this game, it's a similar idea with a different way of winning the game, which is going to be, let's push all these towers. So we might see some Death Prophet type heroes come out, some DKs for Dendi. That's a good hero to kind of death ball with. Lycan still in the pool as well. B8 maybe just thinking like, hey, we won our lanes last game, but we couldn't win the game. Let's try to do the same thing, win our lanes, and then just actually be able to take towers.
Have a lineup that can push very quick. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. And it's not bad. I think Phoenix will take some time to come online. He's going to needs levels. Like you could take towers before then. But once you have max out Fire Spirits, it's pretty annoying to push into. And yeah, I think OG see what's going on. They ban Lycan.
Yeah, unless they were going to pick it right here, yeah. And they ban the enchant, obviously. Chen, Beastmaster. Neither want to deal with them. Just stealing your creeps. And it's No-Tail, one of his favorite heroes, actually.
Yeah, the enchant definitely suggests that push. Maybe there's going to be some the Dome creeps, even just the Chen creeps alone, the boars, a lot of good things to steal already. Lots of other heroes you can get without the Lycan. I think Lycan's the best pusher, but Death Prophet's still in the pool.
It is.
Shadow Shaman. And all the Necrobook heroes as well. I mean, Beastmaster could theoretically one, but we've seen Dazzle as a core.
I got a question. I'm going all the way back to the first bans. Is it saying anything when you ban Troll? Like Bait did? Like for your carry now that you have a Chen? The fact that Troll's gone, who is Troll very, very good against?
I've seen Troll a lot against PL. I wouldn't say he's amazing against PL. He's good against PL, but...
Just strange. It's just the one ban I looked at and I'm just like, oh, Troll just kind of randomly sprinkled in there. Was that a, like, yeah, that's in game? I don't remember that one. That was a wet one. Yeah, I don't know.
That was not one of us. Oh, that's a hero that I mean, I would have never predicted they picked this in like a million years, if I'm honest.
I wouldn't have. No one would have, I don't think.
Yeah.
We had seen a few Wind Rangers, not in this region.
We saw one by crit, and it was they lost.
They
really
did
bad.
lose that game. They got
rolled.
Quincy crew, right? Yeah, they got rolled.
Crit played it. It went terribly.
Yeah, I think one other team played it, and I believe it lost as well. So 0-2. But OG, they're gonna whip it out. If you had to say, who do you think's gonna play it now that you see these three heroes? Who do you think's gonna play it? Obviously, Sumail used to love playing it middle, but he's not their middle.
I think Seb might be playing the Wind Ranger.
Ooh.
Could see that.
Either him or Saxa.
I mean, they did need more
Seb.
wave clear. Pretty badly, actually.
Probably more even, huh? Not even just Wind Ranger seems like enough already.
That's the problem when both of your supports can't really do it very easily. I mean, Sunray is not that efficient at clearing creeps, and Fire Spirits is okay, but unreliable. So I think Wind Ranger is pretty good at pulling creeps off the wave and off the tower.
B8. Let's see. DK still in the pool. It seems they've gone away from it after that day one they played where they just picked it every single time. It's not terrible, obviously, if you are playing a push lineup like they are. And Wind Ranger not the best versus. I actually like DK. I don't know. I think they should just take it.
Maybe pick your other support first, I would consider.
True.
I'm not sure.
Anything stand out for you? You need something
with the Beastmaster in lane. Pengo, okay, Pengo with Beastmaster, give you some team fight. It could also be a mid as well, but Gossick loves this hero.
He does.
I mean, that puts Beastmaster in a 4-roll, which is...
You're right. I think this does have to be the King Pango then, yeah. Because I don't think you want to run bit. Well, I mean, the OG obviously ran Darkseer middle last game, you know. Beastmaster can be running different lanes. The thing is, these players just aren't used to playing those lanes, right? It's always going to be the thing. 33, he's always done it, as we said.
I think Beastmaster as a 4 sounds really underwhelming.
Yeah.
Because you wanna like get levels and items on this hero. He's really useless without it. And if you're gonna pick him as a 4, like, I guess the attack speed is kind of nice to provide against the Phoenix, but it's not like you have this like ultra active roaming hero. I think Tusk just outpaces you like crazy. Like, you can only ever fight on Roar, and Tusk can just like go around snowball. He's gonna tag team. I feel like if this were a Beastmaster 4, he'd be really easy to kill.
What about like anywhere but off lane? Can you see a Beastmaster middle? Like, he does pressure towers, right? It's always nice to have someone who does that.
I mean, that's what Monkey Business did at Frankfurt Major, right? They were running it mid sometimes. It is like, it was, but that was back when like Notel was playing core.
That's like, yeah, 2015 you're talking about.
You're a little bit farther back here, yeah.
But you could do it mid, you could do it...
so you think it will be the 4 Pango?
I think it's more... You could also do it mid Pango.
Pango, yeah.
Mid Pango's been really good.
I don't like 4 Pango with the Chen. I feel like you normally want a more active 4 position that can gank the lanes, really take advantage of Chen having the kind of the recall, being able to swap the lanes around, set up ganks. And I don't think Pango's the best lane partner to have with a Beastmaster.
Well, OG, are they randoming? Was that a random? No, I don't think so.
It was a last second pick.
Yeah, they still have 1 second reserve time. It will go to 0 if they don't. Okay, is it a good Meepo game?
Yeah.
Already with these 4 heroes. It is versus Ember Windranger.
It's an excellent Meepo game right now. I think it's one of the hardest counters to all the spirits, in fact. I don't know how Earth Spirit does, but it destroys Storm, it destroys Void Spirit. I'd imagine.
Destroys Ember,
yeah,
it does.
It destroys Ember. It has to be good against Phoenix.
Yeah.
I don't think Tusk really bothers you too much, and if it does well against all those other heroes, I can't imagine Windranger being that much better against it. And they have one of like the best Meepo players. He bursts onto the scene with like his Meepo and his
of all time. Yeah, this is OG Meepo. So you do pick it with the enemy team having 1 more pick. What are you worried about? I guess we'll find out since Bait's inning, but is there anything straight up a core? It looks like they need another core on OG that does counter a Meepo.
Yeah, but they banned the mag themselves.
Yeah.
And
5 seconds.
I was really wondering why they banned mag, because this is, especially playing against Excalibur, something to think about. What's his name was here? Thompson was here. I know that their counter would be ET.
Yeah.
Could still be, we'll see.
It would actually be a pretty nice ET game, honestly. It's good against like 3 of these heroes.
Yeah, there's 3 melee heroes that
as well.
Going to get to fight head on.
Yeah.
They've been the lone druid.
Maybe they think like they're missing a 33 hero. Which, I mean, this is probably going to be a Sumail Ember Spirit, right?
Assume they... Whoa, and a Queen of Pain, okay. Didn't have the best game we saw in the last series with Virtus Pro versus Gambit. But now you need somebody who's good against Queen of Pain and Meepo, right? Because Meepo, Queen of Pain are both good versus Ember.
Yes.
So you're already losing 1 lane, it feels like, automatically.
And now when you see the Quap, you're expecting Meepo maybe be safe lane, but I think that's something nice about the way Bait have picked this Meepo is that they can be flexible. Quap, as much as you are a mid laner, you could theoretically send Quap safe lane if you feel Meepo is going to have a really good mid 1v1 matchup.
Oh, 33 tied, I believe.
Yeah, let me say it does not feel fun to play Tide mid against Queen of Pain. I've done that matchup because like your
No-tail
Kraken
Ember.
Shell...
Sorry.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Picked it up, yeah.
And there's no swapping in Dota. If we all know from 1 TI ago when that was discussed, there's no swapping after you pick.
All right,
Arteezy was right. Game 3, let's go.
Yeah, Arteezy, he knows. He was the one who actually picked the wrong hero in that game too at TI, so.
They stomped that game, right?
Yeah, they won the game even though they picked the wrong heroes. It was
Clinks.
Yeah, it was Fly Clinks and Arteezy Phoenix.
Who was it against?
I don't. I'll look it up.
Good, I think.
Yeah, I'll bring it up. I'll look it up after this. But yeah, the misclick. But it's a Soxa Phoenix. That's not. It's a offlane Tusk. We saw Boba play that earlier. Sumail Windranger, No-tail Ember, and it is the 33 Tide. Why does it feel bad to play against Queen of Pain? Don't you just level Kraken and then?
Because the damage value is not high enough. for you to always get rid of her Shadow Strike.
I think there's a good chance we could see Sumail go mid on Wind Ranger, but at the same time I thought we were going to see a Gyro mid last game. It didn't happen, so maybe OG's just like, 33, you're fine. You're a high skill player, we'll put you mid.
All right, guys, I hate to ask you this, but who do you favor? I know it's a crazy draft and it's tough, but straight up, is this still a Meepo game? We'll go with that.
Yeah, I favor Bates draft, but I think OG is still going to win.
Blitz, I'm going to be honest. I don't care. You have to, no, I'm just kidding. I do care. You have to, but you know who I really care? What I want to hear about? I want to hear game number 2. I want to hear play-by-play BSJ and analyst Cap break this game down for us.
Well, I tried. Well, I tried.
Prepare for battle.
All right, so in the spirit of swapping roles, play-by-play do the intro.
I would say, in the hopes of me being play-by-play is about the same as the hopes of Bait winning this second game.
Ooh.
Really high.
So you're gonna do it, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
Exactly, yeah.
glad
Going
to
to
hear
game 2, looks like a mid-tie against the Quap, so we were wondering about the lane matchups here. I agree with Blitz. I'm not a huge fan of this, but Wind Ranger carry with a 5-position Ember.
Yeah.
And a offlane Tusk. So we thought the first game was a bit of a, Battle Cup-esque, little bit of cockiness coming out from OG. Anything can work kind of dream thing here. And then it won. I would say they took that to the next level here. What do you think, Cap?
At what point does this start becoming just rude?
Yeah.
Why you gotta do that to Dendi like
It's
that?
like their draft makes sense in regards to, like, as a team, they have team fight, they have pick off, they have wave clear. But in terms of the heroes and what role they're playing, that's a whole nother ball game that I don't want to discuss any further than just enjoying what's about to be bestowed upon us in the form of Dota content.
All right, well, Bait. We'll get the 2 for 2. Pango Beastmaster versus Ember Spirit and Wind Ranger. As you said, this is the support no-tail Ember Spirit with the headdress and carry Sumail Wind Ranger. Our mid-lane matchup, Dendi Queen of Pain versus 33's Tidehunter. And bottom lane, that's where the Excalibur Meatbow is going to be farming up. I'm surprised he's only Platinum tier, to be honest. I thought he was a pretty prolific Meatbow player.
Master tier.
Well, he's already started things off right. Into CS. I don't know. Well, so how do you think that support Ember Spirit is going to be able to function in this lane? Let's start with that.
Looks like he's zoning so far. I think Beastmaster is just really weak in lane early levels, as the panel mentioned that I believe that already. And you're seeing Ember's kind of bullying him, and it's kind of forcing the support Pango, who's not the most help in lane early on, to drag the creep wave. Notice that he dropped his Orb of Venom on Pangolier to, okay, well, it's already too late, but he dropped it to hit the creeps such that when he re-aggroed the creeps up the cliff, the creeps weren't slowed at all. So that's a first. I thought that was a really cool little thing I just saw, but, Pop-Tart, you're a little too slow there, buddy.
Just throw him under the bus.
I'm just kidding. He's been doing a great job. We're all working long hours, and I'm just giving him crap. But looks like mid lane going about as expected. Dendi just free farming 4 denies. About to have, if he gets all these 11 out of 12 CS to start the first 3 waves, will he get them all? Grim, I know you're watching. Missed that range. It actually looked like he got it.
He missed another one.
Okay, 2 out of 4. Better than most of the people watching this game, so that's acceptable.
How's Excalibur doing? I feel like this bottom lane is very important. The Tusk Phoenix lane, it sounds pretty oppressive.
Yeah,
but
Phoenix, go ahead.
Well, they just have a Shannon lane, so that solves a lot of things, right?
Absolutely. The mana regen creep seems to be nice. As we see an engagement top, No-Tail may be in a little bit of trouble.
Block him in. If they could just get a lucky shot, that finally they do. A shackle shot is not going to stop that kill from happening. First blood for Ghostic, and Sumail's going to be chased away.
Oddly enough, he has shackle as well as power shot on Sumail, so I expect him to be having some mana issues.
Yeah, where's the win run pickup?
Courier? Nice shackle to save the courier. The bait.
Now he definitely has mana issues.
Yeah. No Tail actually TPing in and mangoing him, so really embracing the 5 position Ember to its fullest.
33's having a rough one. Even as he tries to max out Kraken Shell, he's having
This is the
to
power shot top.
funnel regen over and over again.
And Sumail with no win run, absolutely no bugs in it. Level 3.
Okay, gets another lucky shot. The shackle shot doesn't actually last. Neither does the chains, but King R didn't have enough to get that kill anyway.
Symphony of Fails going on in the top lane so far. This is the last hit as Sumail misses, gets the deny. Okay.
Don't call it fails here, Brian. We call it experimental spell casting.
Gotcha. Miss every shackle you don't throw, Cap.
Indeed. Hey, one upside of the mid-tide hunter, he's got camps nearby to farm. 33 actually stacked up for himself, so similar game plan to his Darkseer.
Worked out last time.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the same idea though. Darkseer is a super low cooldown, run at you kind of hero, while Tide is a long cooldown, ultimate based hero. So kind of see how that plays out. Dendi already level 5. On the other hand, 33 not even halfway from level 4 to 5. Is going to potentially stack this large camp. Very nice. Dendi getting the first rune. It is top, protected by King R. Seth looking to go on the bronze bottom. Does catch him with a pretty sick shards if you ask me, and he's going to go down.
Gives him a little taunt action.
Your sins.
Doesn't really matter so much so, right? Just because, to be honest, what is Chen really doing in this lane from here on out?
Making
He doesn't want to take experience, right?
Exactly.
He just wants to distract everybody in that lane so Excalibur can get solo experience and free farm.
And he's spamming the heal creep on Excalibur. 15 heal for a half second. That thing always looks so funny.
Combine that with the Divine Favor. Got yourself a decent little save there. Excalibur is going to be taking a lot of damage on one of his meatballs here. The dive on through. Sox, he needs a couple more shots and then we're going to get it underneath the tower. Excalibur.
I think they were going to get him, but that's just an overwhelming amount of damage. You can tell Excalibur caught a bit off guard as well.
All that damage, level 2 Fire Spirits and level 2 Tag Team. Early lethal kill. Gee, they needed something like because their other lanes not going the hottest, for sure. Soxa, Dendi, who went in, invaded the enemy jungle, and takes their bounty rune, much like he took Soxa's life.
Isn't that exactly what happened last game, where they took the bounty rune and they chased him down and he fed himself to neutral? But that was yeah, no tail opposite side, but same idea. As Tidehunter does go down in the mid lane, only level 5 to Dendi's halfway to level 7. Good kill there. Looking a lot better this game for Bait. They were looking pretty good in the laning stage last game, though.
Yeah.
So it's a matter of transitioning this to the part of the game where the team play really comes into play.
Do you feel like Dendi's in on a hero that will be able to use this advantage better, or is it just about execution of team fights?
I'd say this is exactly the kind of hero that can take over the game, and this is where Quap flourishes. But at the same time, it's going to come down to that map maneuverability and who starts making the smarter moves. As we see Chen going down again bottom, as Nepo has ditched the lane, understandably so.
There's nothing to see there. In Icarus dive and Ice Shards, a poor support that is always going to be dying. It's just space. Excalibur is busy farming up the jungle. He'll take the stacks that Dendi set up for him. Oh, how nice of you, Dendi.
If that was a core, you'd care about that. So that's some discrimination if I've ever seen it right there.
Hey, being a support player, I know how it goes.
Matter.
You know, being one of those supports, I know my life sometimes doesn't matter.
Damn. Okay, well, 33 does have Ravage now. Will he elect to level it? He does. Going for the Vlad's Rush is a very nice item for Tide. A hero we just don't see very often in the meta right now because they feel underwhelming compared to these other team fighters that when they don't have their ultimate, they feel much more impactful. He doesn't really pressure towers. He doesn't really represent kill threat. He doesn't have a low cooldown stun.
Level 6.
As we see the roar.
But what they may not have expected is that Seb to show up, and he does throw out his Walrus Punch to quickly eliminate Ghost Stick. Now to block in King R with that Ice Shards. Seb's doing it all by himself. He just needs another hit, but the Magic Wand, Magic Stick rather, from King R will keep him nice and healthy.
And just going to keep an eye out for what the supports on the side of OG decide to do, because the cores are pretty active. While Tide's going to kind of chill in the mid lane like last game, I have to believe. I don't know how long that's going to last when Dendi's level 8 and you're level 6.
Yeah, it feels like, especially with all that burst damage from the Queen of Pain, Kraken Shell may not be enough to protect him at times. He may just get popped.
And No-Tail is stacking up for him, so that's what he's elected to do on 5-position Ember for all those that are about to be studying this replay to ruin their pubs with.
You're saying you're not going to be asking for a 5 Ember?
If No-Tail does it in my game, he's welcome to do whatever the heck he wants, because he could do it better than anyone else could probably support me normally, so, including myself.
Okay.
But if you nobody else.
Ravage is going to be thrown out. No-Tail does manage. Okay, that's a little bit of chain up of disables, and they needed every second they could get a regen pop by Dendi, and now that's like that gank didn't even happen.
Except for we look at 33 and we see that Ravage saying 133, 132, 131. I believe that is the indication that it did happen. Okay.
It did indeed. But from Dendi's perspective, he's just gonna shrug it off and go to top lane with the smoke from King R. See if they can get a kill. Turn it into a tower. No-Tail with no boots. He's actually gonna break that smoke on King R, but they've already found their jump on the set with the primal warp. Sonic Wave goes down to Snowball. He already took the damage though. He's quite low. He will turn around and get the Walrus punch. I think almost one-shot Dendi. In fact, they will take him down. They changed it enough to kill the Panko as well. My goodness, that was a lot of damage. They underestimated what this core Tusk could do. LeBron being blocked up by Soxa. Soxa will die, but maybe he's just set up his team to get more kills. As now Ghost Suit's gonna be caught in the chains, body blocked by No-Tail, but as soon as he loses track of him, he's not gonna get ahead of him again. Ghost Suit's gonna have to juke out the shackle and the power shot, neither of which is gonna happen.
How does that just not work? I'm sure Bates thinking the same thing. They got no Ravage, we smoke up, we got this, and then the Tusk just like one shots the Queen of Pain. She only has 7 armor. So I guess the tag team plus that punch is just overwhelming damage. As you see here, they go on, got the bracer, he's a strength hero, he's tanky, gets the snowball off a bit late, but suddenly Queen of Pain tanking those tower shots plus that punch as mentioned. It's just overwhelming damage there. Bait, maybe getting baited underneath the tier 1 tower by OG.
And this is how your lead as a Queen of Pain versus nobody in lane, basically, just dwindles away.
Yeah, but they're up by 2,000 gold, and the real breadwinner is Excalibur, topping the net worth charts on a free farming Meepo, one of the scariest heroes in the game with this amount of space. Really the only limitation on Meepo is how much space he's allowed to have, and he is getting all of it. Going for that E-Blade rush.
Yeah, we haven't seen like a smoke up from OG to try and get into that jungle to gank the Meepo or anything.
Pretty tough with their heroes, right?
Yeah, certainly. It was pretty much Seb who'd be the best operator for them. As he's going to try and get a kill on bottom lane anytime anybody's close. That is 700 damage crit, treads, and a bracer.
Yeah, they were just searching in the trees, forced to swashbuckle away, managed to land the snowball before he got his rolling thunder off, and then he just dies to the punch, just like the Queen of Pain. It's almost a one-shot mid lane. We do see No-Tail level 7 actually on this 5-position Ember. He did a lot as 5 when they play these Tusk-type cores as well as Wind Ranger. What is Wind Ranger going? Blade Mail, first item. As he breaks the smoke of LeBron. OG aware that something's afoot. Looks like just a casual rotation on the mid tower. They do have Ravage, and OG will probably fight without Ravage, so I assume they will fight with Ravage.
Maybe even got Supernova to be used as well. Another great egg protection. Throw it out. Ooh, shackle shot on the right-hand side. That's definitely a big pickup if they can get it. King on. Going to be chased down. Here's an opportunity to be able to get a Thunder. A chains that catches LeBron as well. A fish punch to the nuts, and he's down. 2 dead on the side of Bait. And all of a sudden, OG didn't even have to blow any of their big team fight spells. But they can keep going if they want. Ravage, Supernova.
Look at that Tide Hunter damage to the tower. Wailing on it. No focus fire, so gonna take a little while to be right-clicking this down.
Yeah, maybe it's not even worth the effort at this point. Because they will be back up in a second here, and it may be an opportunity for Bait to go again, or maybe it's an opportunity to use that Ravage. We'll have to see. They're gonna go for this Centaur creep first. The Centaur that actually stunned the 2 of them. Dendi, it's a really nice Sonic Wave. It actually hit all 5 there. So Supernova, the Rolling Thunder, actually the Rolling Thunder bumps into 33. They're gonna allow potential Ravage combo that could have wiped it. Now Bait resetting, going back in. Kinar daring them to jump on him. Sure enough, they respond in kind, quickly blowing him up. Dendi goes into the back line trying to catch somebody, but the courier drifts away. Now Excalibur's in trouble. Has the heal out from. Oh, there goes that Ravage to stop the TP away from Excalibur. He couldn't get out. Ravage even clipping Dendi in the back line. So going to keep chasing forward for LeBron. Well, Dendi tries to get a kill here, still looking for that one pick off, but nice. The shackle shot and a deny on Saksa. Dendi will be left with nothing for all of his efforts.
Heads up play by Sumail there. God, am I going to see a carry Wind Ranger with Blade Mail? Is this where all like the randoming for Sumail paid off? And he's probably, you know, just playing carry Wind Ranger. Has the jelly, the Bring of Basilius aura, as well as that level 10 talent coming out, so he's going to be looking good on the mana front.
This is where having an offlaner pays off. You have a mid that just leaves his lane and goes jungle at level 4 or 5 every time. And it all works out for them. It's now they brought that net worth lead to pretty much nothing.
Is this a legitimate strat to pick like really hard scaling supports? As we see the team fight mid, the Phoenix stun only does catch the Pangolier, so they think Bait that they can take a good engagement with no egg, but as you see here, that Tusk core, man, it hurts. And as Excalibur tries to TP away, he does end up getting ravaged. And with those long cooldowns on cooldown, Bait has decided to go for the Roshan. Will OG contest? That is the question. They seem to be unawares.
Yeah, this is perfect for Bait, especially if they can come out of that Roshan pit and find a kill on a Seb as well. It's going to throw out the Ice Shard, knowing what's happening now, but it's a bit too late for that. He's got to get the hell out of Dodge here. 6-13, Bait to pick up the first stages.
33 does get bottom tower, so not all for naught coming from OG there, but definitely exactly what Meeple wants in this game. With the quadruple Wraith Band into Ghost Scepter E-Blade. Still top 2 net worths going to Bait, but we see here again, it's just, it is a much more even footing than last game with the support net worths, but yeah, OG's net worth on the supports always seems to be higher based on exactly what you said, where they kind of just have 3 pseudo cores that aren't really carries, so.
No Tail tries to brave it, tries to go for the bounty rune right in front of all of Bait. Doesn't get it, but he does have an escape plan in that remnant laid out.
The good old no boots Emperor.
That's a class.
My favorite.
Run around head dressing people.
And it's probably more useful than most supports, Cap.
Shackle. Not gonna latch on to anything. Dendi's fine. But he has struggled to be able to get kills in these team fights. They're running out of damage. All these strength tanky heroes causing a bit of disruption. Excalibur, he'll be the man to brave that tier 1 tower until the glyph goes out anyway. He has that Aegis after all. They're a little bit separated though. Blink away from Dendi, gets him. Oh, that's actually going to pull the snowball to the wrong side of that cliff. Seb in some trouble. It's going to be Primal Roared up. King R bouncing around. It's rolling thunder to make sure there's no other OG heroes that approach.
That was pretty accurate, Seb. You did try, but he blinked away in time. I think No Tail was going for the sleight of fist change. That's what was the call they had, but was a big hit on that. And not landing and taking him out of position. An easy deny coming out. Blinking from Dendi. That's a ballsy move, but looks like it's going to pay off for him. Just get a little extra damage in there. And still a bit of fear telling you that you mean business. No Tail serving as a ward, also more useful than most pub supports.
He sees everything the Bait's up to.
He's chilling.
Just because you can see it, though, doesn't mean that you can stop it.
He sees the creep army.
I'm going to head up to that top tier 2. Ravage is up, as it Supernova. Smoking from that high ground.
I think they might have done that on a ward, though.
Yeah.
Bait seems to be fully aware of what's going on here.
Leading the way. 33 sees a lot of heroes here. He's going to go before one of these Meepos. Slow him down with the gush. On the other side, though, the chain stun going after Supernova is out. He forced. No Tail managed to get away from that kill onto Quap, but Excalibur easily rolled away from that Supernova. Speaking of rolling, King R rolls on through and TP's out. He's making the call. They don't want to fight this anymore, and Dendi and Excalibur need to get out. Shackle already used means that Dendi's TP 25 talents.
Yeah.
Makes sense to me.
And me too. Everything OG does always makes sense if you just think hard enough.
Ghost getting free damage on the top tier 2 right now, and around the map, but Excalibur tries to go for a kill on a set, but he's going to be met by 33. The Ravage ready to go. The Sonic Wave goes out. Snowball protecting the toss. Meanwhile, Dendy's going to be targeted by Sumail, but a roller thunder shouts it into 3. A Ravage going down. Dendy tries to outrun it, but to no avail. He's stuck. Jackal shot to make sure he stays in place, and he's dead. But the second life Excalibur, they need to be able to catch some heroes here, and they certainly will have found 33. 33's going to battle it out. Life Seal so much of the back. He'll stay alive for quite some time, but he needs more help. The snowball goes up. He can grab somebody if he wants to. He's going to roll right into the middle of all of them. Maybe it's created enough space though for 33 to get out, but he's so damn slow. He's constantly hampered by boars, by spares, by pangoliers. Everything after him, but there is going to be buyback from Seth. The Shackle shot onto the 2 Nevos. They're going to turn back for 33 once again, but he's still staying alive thanks to all this Life Seal. A little bit more damage. Can they finally get him? One more Anchor Smash goes off, and he heals up some more. Excalibur gives up on Chase, but at the same time, he's lost his 10, so he goes back in for the Shackle shot. Oh, the E-Blade will finish him up. Still, though, it took him so long. He's committed so much that he will die, surrounded by OG members. That is a great encapsulation of that fight.
He was trying to kill Tidehunter for like 45 seconds. I think the entire time Dendi was dead, he was on the Tidehunter. And somehow still a 3K net worth lead for Bait. I guess that's the buyback on the Tusk really showing itself there. And I don't really know who the real breadwinner of that fight was. Do you know?
Well, I'm going to say with Excalibur dying...
Dendi? Oh, continue.
Harder to kill. Then again, maybe Tidehunter will just keep getting more and more damage. No, he's going Blink Dagger.
That's kind of damage. Gets him in position for the damage.
Sure.
He's been getting kited a little bit when they go for the egg. I think being able to blink commit on the egg as well is really important for these fights.
Right.
And double damage on Tusk, probably not going to turn anything. He's going for a Solar Crest, and if that comes out, the physical damage will be relatively overwhelming with the Gush minus armor, the tag team physical damage, the Solar Crest 8 minus armor. That creep just got one-shotted.
Yeah. 1,200 damage thanks to the DD. Dual Scepter making sure Sumail cannot chase. But bottom lane, maybe that's where they're going to make it go. It's the 2 supports right now. No.
Much more tame game coming out from OG. I guess that's what happens when you're losing by 3,000 net worth. You can only take fights when the opponent really gives them to you. And as of now, it seems to be slightly creeping in favor of Bait, as you have a Meepo that will consume the map of net worth. Is this the Alchemist effect, though? Is Meepo a hero that you can lose with when you're this far ahead? Or what do you think about that, Cap?
I legitimately think this Tide could carry the game, but he's very far away from that.
That's fair enough.
Like, legitimately, once he gets 25, I think he can. But for now, he's 15. He just got the 25% Anchor Smash damage
85% damage reduction. That Meepo's never removing, because it isn't by BKB or Mance or anything like that. He's in trouble. As said, that's a dieback. He's dead for 70, no buyback. They absolutely know that based on the cooldown that he does not have it. And 33, they see him, they ping him. What does that mean, though? Can they do anything to this Tidehunter? At what point can they kill the Tidehunter? Are they considering a Silver Edge on Meepo? Yes, they are. I was about to say, that's probably the go time.
Do you think they should push this tower? I mean, 4 versus 5.
Don't commit too hard, though. They have Phoenix Egg and Tide, so maybe poke the bear, but not, you know, go in its...
Yeah, you could poke the bear, but not the watermelon.
There you go. That works. Well said.
Well, unfortunately, those creeps die so quickly as 33 clears them out. The Fire Spirits.
He is the wall.
Aiding in that. That is the green wall indeed.
Interesting reference there, but I like it. Filling the hawk for the vision. That's actually a pterodactyl. That was kind of cool. I've never seen that one before.
Yeah, he's rocking the new set. All dinosaurs. Prehistoric Age Beastmaster. It looks like OG takes an opportunity. A nice shackle shot that actually latches LeBron into Ghostic. A chains onto the two of them. Primal Roar's going to go down, but Ghostic's just going to use that movement speed to try and get the hell out of here, but he's not going to make it so far. He tried to go for a TP. That was ambitious at best. A shackle shot shuts him down.
That Centaur stun almost saved him, I thought, from the chin there, but turns out that despite seemingly having damage issues, they just don't have damage issues on the side of OG. I think you look at his lineup and the average player would be like, where carry? And I'd say all carry. Something like that.
All carry.
Yeah, other than the 5 position Ember that's now in position 8. They barely missed the chains.
Is King R gonna go for it? You think he'll wait and try and backdoor the tower?
Get it.
Do it, dude. Believe in yourself.
They're not here anymore. No way. They see him.
Cuts the creep wave first.
Okay, at the very least, that's probably okay. The creeps are threatening the tower now, but 33. He did change directions from that Blink Dagger to the Assault Cuirass. So the minus armor adding on top of that Desolator. The Desolator does apply that minus armor to every hero hit or unit hit by his Anchor Smash. And
built by Samael.
There's some damage.
He does find LeBron once again. And they just don't seem to really be playing around each other too much. They just keep on giving up LeBron. As a result, Samael does have a godlike spree. They take that away from him, though.
Yeah, and no longer based on net worth at all when it comes to kill, experience, and gold bonus. They will get a lot for Sumail here if they manage to take him down. Does have the Ag, so he's pretty damn survivable. Meepo can up by an MKB, so Ag goes a long ways on having that second charge of the win run. As the only way to really kill him, since all they are is Meepo and summons, is to actually catch him either outside of it or lock him down long enough that he can't use a second one. Because I don't think the quad magic damage is enough.
No. I mean, he's sitting at 2k HP. Dendi. Looking at maybe 1,000.
Oh, he actually took the Shackle Shot cooldown on Sumail. I guess the jelly might have had something to do with that. Maybe the other mana regen talent, since it got nerfed a little while back, is just too mediocre. Soxa working on that axe, 200 gold away. And Roche is up, and it's going to go down fast with that Solar Crest plus tag team, plus focus fire. They see it with the Hawk, so they're ready, but I don't know if you can fight into the side.
You got to get in there soon with the Rolling Thunder if you want to put a stop to this. Here it comes. No tail. He's going to try and charge out here. He's immediately going to be Primal Roared up by Ghostic, but there's no damage to follow up, and all of OG is just streaming out of the pit to go front line. 33 gets right on top of Ghostic, who actually does get to be saved by the help of that Ghost. The Excalibur, he's going to try and jump away. He's going to be good for now, but LeBron once again is going to be chased down. He tries to save himself with a Shadow Amulet, but this time they do have a Sentry.
How do you fight in time, man? I don't think you can.
Ghostic. He gets shackled again as Samael makes sure to net him too. Ghostic's not going anywhere. And from doing Roshan to taking a team fight and then back into Roshan, OG have plans for this 27th minute of the game.
Oh boy.
Aegis on the Tide, maybe a bit on that. Oh, he has the Orb of Destruction. Oh my god, that's so value. Minus 11 armor on all of his attacks, as well as a bit of a slow.
20% slow.
Yeah, not irrelevant against heroes like Meepo that will never buy a BKB.
And Aghanims, that is denied as the Courier is now dead for 2.5 minutes. Soxa.
Need every handicap they can get, it looks like, thus far. Down by 6k, but it just does not feel like it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know why, I don't know how, but it does not feel like, based on the way the map's being played, that they are down. It seems really difficult to fight into them at this point. And once that AC comes out of time,
spot him out. They're going to try and blow up Seb as quick as possible. And the Supernova does go down with the Ravage, but a BKB is already popped by Dendi. Can he take out the ENG? Can he do a little bit more damage with the Hellwing Scalper? They can. A Shackle Shot latches one of them. He's both 33. We've seen how tanky he can be thanks to this lifesteal. He even has an Aegis, but the rest of his team is leaving him behind. 33. He just wants creeps and towers at this point. He denies him. Outplayed.
practice all those denies.
Okay, got him once.
Well, I guess they can fight into him. Off guard there. OG managed to make another series 3 games today. I hate to say OG doing it, but that does feel like that's the case. I don't know about you, Cap.
I won't disagree with you too much.
Okay, will not disagree, he says.
Yeah.
Almost MKB.
There's a lot of
done on
Dendi
Winter
fans out there, you know. You gotta.
Well, Dendi with that denied. Oh, we see the silver edge. Excalibur, he's looking, but Dendi, or excuse me, Sumail.
Get him.
He's out. He's pretty fast with that uncapped movement speed, but that's a minor investment from Excalibur as he can just poof back to the mid lane.
Taking a tier 2.
I think Seb's got to be the one that's careful, because if he gets caught, they really do lack control and damage, because that Solar Crest plus tag team is just so much. And every fight that's seemingly gone poor for OG is on the back of him getting initiated onto.
Yeah, their potential of bursting somebody down is a lot worse. The damage of focus fire is significantly less.
Yeah, Wind Ranger Tusk is a pretty sick combo if the focus fire with the tag team is in tandem. Does have the MKB done. Cheese still on Sumail, but they did feed away the Aegis, smoking up even without Ravage. I think they saw that. Yeah, they did. They did have a dire ward on the high ground, so they are aware of this.
You want to fight without Ravage, huh?
Might just see an opportunity to send ourselves on to Seb. BKB, Sonic Wave, Rolling Thunder. They didn't make sure that Seb is the first to die in the fight once again, and now the Rolling Thunder about to back up Snail. He managed to cheese him up, but he's still stuck inside that damage there. Fortunately, the Phoenix Egg is going to blow up, giving him some space here. Ghostic, Dendi. Oh, the shot goes out. Ghostic throws an Axis. Orchid goes out as well. He's ticking down, and he will die eventually. Dendi, pretty sure he goes right here. Dendi going out the straight now. The Ravage going down. Excalibur is going to lose some blood. The Meepo down, but maybe the rest of the team can still clean up this fight as they do manage to kill the Phoenix. First, No Tail could be next target for Dendi. Another Orchid is up for him. He doesn't need it for the Ember Spirit. So he can use it on somebody else if he wants to, but first he has to get away from this Tusk. Seb with the buyback effective and making this fight go even for OG, but overall still a net worth going up and up and up for base.
He really has to just be more careful on Seb. He's getting chain netted by the Meepo, and he has a BKB queued up, but as long as he's in the fight, despite all the ults not really being used, doesn't seem to matter if he's dead. In terms of damage output, only 2 fights they've won, or handedly at least, are the ones that he's bought back. And somehow Meepo's still going down. I'm pretty sure during this fight you just wonder how does anything that is happening happen when they're down by this much. It just seems like in most games with most teams against other teams, I would say this game's already over and we're just waiting for the inevitable finish. But somehow it just doesn't feel that way. But we'll see what ends up happening here. Dendi working up the
Don't get too close, Dendi. Fortunately, he will not.
Mango dies.
Meanwhile,
bottom. That MKB does do a lot of damage, and he's queuing up a Satanic on the Wind Ranger, so he will be planning to stand his ground as his approach, and he does take the +1 shackle shot duration, making it a 4.8 second stun. That is a long stun.
On an 8-second cooldown.
Yeah.
That's pretty
What's that
impressive.
uptime there, Cap?
Very little. What, 3.2?
Yes. There you go.
We also have a lot more minus armor, because now we have a -5 gush armor. So that's 12, plus another 5, plus another 6, plus another...
From the Orb of Destruction. So 22, 28.
Well, I was going to say 8.
Plus another 8, which is 36 minus armor.
All right. That's a lot of minus armor.
Yeah. That's going to add up pretty quick. Is there any
If
way
they can actually get that combo, I could see Seb one-shotting somebody.
What about when 33 has level 25?
Oh, I mean, it's just game over.
Yeah.
At that point. Joking, but I legitimately think I don't know how Meepo wins against this Tide Hunter once he gets 25. Tried to go and get a fast Blink Walrus punch onto Dendi, but Dendi was a bit too fast for that. Dendi, who has a double damage rune in his bottle currently. Ghost Stick split pushing the map right now, also has a Blink Dagger. He's letting his boar and axes do the pushing.
Yeah, this is the best thing they can do. I was going to say when they're behind, but they're just not. So maybe it just feels like they can't fight, right? The Meepo with a Tide makes it really awkward. They do try to get the Ember 5 position, but just going to be content to take the tier 2 as OG will trade the top tower. On both sides. The Beastmaster Aura plus Summons on one side and the Tidehunter AC plus a Bajillion minus armor on the other. And it looks like they're going to try to force OG back to base here on the side of Bait. Shovel.
They should
Come on,
be
convert the
successful on that.
Cobalt Foreman that you just made. He's actually getting followed. How long does this thing follow you?
It just keeps following you.
Okay, it stops until it loses vision of you, I see. So it's like normal creep aggro. What's it do now? Does it wait for...
Sit tight.
I'm watching this guy.
You could conceivably block camps with it.
This guy is on my radar. He's at the big camp in the triangle for Dire. There he is.
Pop-Tart's playing the game of Where's Waldo right now.
I'll keep everyone posted. Don't worry. Back to the game, though. 13K net worth lead for Bait. Foreman on the watch.
Nice 4-second Earthbind cooldown for the Meepo. So prepare to be perma-earthbound.
Perma-earthbound. Does go from 4 to 8, or 8 to 4. I mean, that's pretty significant decrease.
Primal Roar into a blink away before any damage could come upon him. Ghost Stick.
Okay, that's a decently relevant cooldown. Here's bottom. He doesn't have a limit. Join the team.
Ball catches up to him. The Rolling Thunder is not going to be happening in time.
So much damage. Quickening Charm on the touch.
Okay, it's time to go high ground.
Down by 13,000. Very standard stuff going on here.
Why does it feel like Bane might just lose the game here? 15,000 gold leads, but
this is a 10-pick tie. They actually just can't kill this guy. This watermelon.
I mean, they don't have buyback on both Dendi and Excalibur right now, so if they take this fight and lose it, the game's just over.
Do you think OG's even slightly aware that they're down by this much?
I don't know. I have no clue. I don't know what's going on in this game, so I doubt OG does.
The net worth advantage is just a number, I believe is what Dendi once said.
All right, well, that was a free lane of barracks against a team that had a 13,000 net worth lead.
I would like to know if there's a record for the time a team has just marched into high ground. They didn't like sneak it or split push it. They just marched to high ground. How much they've been down to take a Rax. I'd like to know if we can get Statsman Blitz on there.
I mean, this is where being blind, because surely if Bait saw that number, they'd be like, we take this fight, right? Like, guys, wouldn't it be embarrassing? We just lost a lane of barracks with this large of a net worth lead. But again, they didn't have buyback, so maybe it wasn't worth the risk. Zeb, he is hungry.
A bit slow there. Gotta call him out on that. But third Roche is up, and there's a refresher shard on that one.
Dear.
Yikers, is what I believe is the proper term for that one.
Would be very scary.
Do we give it to the Phoenix or the Tidehunter?
I certainly give it to the Tidehunter.
Yeah, that's going to drive back so quick. They want to contest it, I think, or even if it's half.
Shot doesn't stand a chance.
Okay, they gave the refresher shard to Wind Ranger. Perfect. They'll probably hand that off sometime soon. Aegis to Wind Ranger, refresher shard to the Ember. No, I'm kidding. It's given to the Tidehunter. Got you guys. And we're working on that level 25 for Tide. That's what I think you and I and everyone watching are probably looking forward to.
I swear to God, like, I feel like they need to end the game. Like, they can't just let this Tidehunter get his level 25, right? But now they're fighting up against an Aegis, so maybe an opportunity missed. Oh, shot in top lane. Dendi, let's see how much damage he takes. It's raining in. The Gen Heal goes out inside the Bison. Maybe it saved him, maybe it did. A Yule Scepter now going down. Sumail slowed down even more. He's got another win run. Oh, but if he chases too far.
They're looking for him. The rest of OG has to get here.
Rolling Thunder, they spotted him. Primal Roar out, and Sumail, you went too far, my friend. Now he does have an Aegis.
They have two OG mid, so they know they're not helping him.
Has a win run charge, but he needs to be able to not be stunned to use it.
it. A push, not quite good enough. A shackle shot doesn't actually latch. Kangar taking so much damage. Sumail will definitely die here, but first Kangar's going to go down.
Meanwhile,
the scepter doesn't come in time. Meanwhile, over the Roshan pit, how's Excalibur doing against 33? Get all those meeples out. The snowball went to the wrong one, but he throws the ice shards out. There's one meeple that's alone by itself, and he gets solar crested and bombed on. Sight the Vines goes out onto 33. By that, but the rabbit goes out just in time. Refresher shard, no spear. He's speared. Oh, the level 25 Queen of Pain talent. So close.
I think he would have actually killed them all, honestly.
Oh, he found Seb too. Perfect. Okay. The Hawk goes out, spots him sitting in the trees.
Down for 100 seconds is the Tusk. No buyback on him, buyback on the rest. A bit, I don't want to say 3-2-2 coming out from OG, but that was questionable stuff. Let's just leave it at that. Aegis and Cheese and Refresher Shard, and they managed to get picked off on 3 different spots on the map.
He did indeed try, Seb, but they have map hacks. They have the Hawk, the Beastmaster that spotted you, and now you have no buyback, and the rest of your team is going to have to cover for you. And B, just push into this high ground with the Meepo. How adventurous are they going to get here? They're just going to take one lane of barracks and even things out, or they try and push for more. That top lane is open after all, no tier 3.
Windranger is alive though. She does a lot of damage.
They haven't used that refreshing shard just yet for 33. If they can force it back, still keep that double rat. The side fight goes out. And our Primal War into the back lines. They're trying to go for Soxa, trying to get him as quick as possible. The order that should be able to do so. And he's dead, but so is Excalibur. They trade out there. Team fights. Excalibur buys back. Is he able to get to hold the chains onto both of them? Shackle doesn't latch. Dendi. He gets a little bit farther away. Can Sumail catch up to him? That was a gem dropped on the ground too. Oh, Jesus.
Suddenly 18k in favor of bait and 2 lanes of racks. Is this the advantage they need, Cap?
I hope so.
Okay.
I'm sure you want to see game 3 of this wacky series, right?
Do you think OG wants to see a game 3?
I think the way they're playing, maybe they do.
True, very true.
That's not where you want to be. No BKB, only a Eul's to be able to remove that chains. Fortunately, the fear will help him out, but there's a counter Eul's from No Tail that takes away that haste rune. Now he's going to be chained up. Going for that bounty rune. Dendi, where are you going to blink to? He blinks out, but no snowball on the counter. He has a blink dagger and a snowball to be able to catch up to him. So Dendi has another blink. He has the essence ring, but the chain goes off. A BKB activated. He's got no HP. 150 HP to be able to work with. No Tail is going to keep chasing him down. 33 on one side, Seb on the other. The ice shard catches him. Seb, are you okay?
I think the answer is no, Captain.
I don't think Dendi's okay at all.
Okay, he used the tome on Tide. He's level 24 and a half.
He's got Satanic coming in
Please
too.
buy your Satanic and do not die 33, because if you do, the game will probably end and we will not get to see the 250 damage on Seb. Go
to the high ground here for the buyback immediately from Dendi. The Rolling Thunder. The Supernova goes out, but it's already dead. Excalibur, which just left 3 to swing on it. 33 didn't stop it. 33 eats his cheese.
Please.
Okay.
24 and a half on Tide.
30.
Oh my god.
He's just running in. He grabbed the gem. If only he was level 25, maybe he would get out. But since he's only level 24, much like our Tidehunter friends, he will be repeatedly soulbound.
This is like when you wait in line at the theme park for your favorite ride. You get to the front, and they just have some maintenance problems, and they have to shut it down. Do you know what I mean, Cap?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for this wild ride.
I've been on the wild ride. I don't know. Oh, he dodged it with the side effects. That was actually pretty sick by No Tail, to be honest with you. He predicted, or he predicted that he's going to blink, and he side effects it ahead of time and dodged the fear. He smokes.
All right, 3 heroes dead with no buyback. 17,000 net worth lead. BSJ, our bait finally favored here.
Potentially? No, they're almost certainly going to end the game.
Well, Dota Plus says it's only 77%. I mean, they're just going to hit tier 4.
Yeah, it's actually GG.
It's already over.
Yeah. Even if they were to manage to cut the creeps on the side of OG, there's no way.
GG. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, I know you've had a fun time, sir, and we certainly have. And I know you want to see more Dendi, more No Tail, more OG, more bait. smart Dota. That's what you wanted to see. We're going to get just that.
5 seconds. Still last hit or two. It's Dire's turn. It's Radiant's turn to burn. Just who will Dire ban? What's Radiant's ban plan anyway? 10 seconds. What's Radiant's ban plan anyway? It's Dire's turn. It's Radiant's turn to burn. Dire should pick now. It's Radiant's turn.
People of the light.
It's Radiant's turn to pick.
In the spirit.
Ten seconds. 5 seconds. It's Dire's turn to pick. Ten seconds. 5 seconds. It's Dire's turn. Ten seconds. What's Radiant's ban plan anyway? Ten seconds. 5 seconds.
Team's turn to pick.
Navax gets blade mail if he doesn't. Whoever gets cold embrace doesn't like hit back. He doesn't take any damage. Can't proc any spins.
Could see them going for a Pengo as far as a team fighting offlaner goes. Not sure how Seb's Pengo
I was
is
actually
these days.
I'm like, I think Seb plays everything, but like Pango is one of those different heroes where you really do need a whole different like mindset on the hero too. Not fun to play in lane usually ever.
Yeah, I mean, I'm wondering what they're picking for Saksa, because he's played a lot of different heroes. I see him play Weaver now, Pugna. Feels like he likes to play with a little bit of flair, something a little bit different.
It's Radiant's mark.
Earthshaker again. You already have the Coddle, so we're gonna assume this time it is going to Saksa probably.
They needed some stuns, whether it was from Sux's hero or Seb's hero, to deal with Ember. At least have you need to be able to pose a threat to kill him. Otherwise, he's just going to be able to always go on the back lines and just kill your supports. The Earthshaker at least makes him play a bit more scared on the map.
And this is a combo that they really like, or seem to like, Gyro Earthshaker.
Yeah, they've played it a lot.
5 seconds.
Even just in this tournament, in that first series, as you saw. So you see these three heroes. You have very good team fight, right? You have Keeper, Light, Earthshaker. Are you already okay with just your Winter Wyvern and Centaur, or do you want even more now to match up?
Dire pick.
Wouldn't mind them being like a Rubik or something. But they're going to go Weaver support, maybe?
I assume a 4, right? If you pick it here. It seems like we're seeing way more. I mean, when we see Weaver, it is that 4 roll. And I guess, you know, as long as you're not the one getting Earthshaker comboed, they go on you. You have that Aghanims. Full heal.
Yep. I think it's really nice against Coddle too. Like, you want a hero that can get to the back line. And Weaver's so good just because you have to play sentries, you can get from behind you. The bugs are really annoying for Coddle to deal with too. Gyrocopter's not excellent versus him.
They agree. The applause comes for Blitz analysis.
Yay!
Yay, Blitz!
Remember there used to be there was a bugging game where the players could actually hear the casters?
Oh, I remember that was like at the beginning. Yeah, for like, it was like for a day too. I remember they couldn't fix it for a while. That was hilarious. They're like, remake, no casters. 50 seconds now. Running low. What are you thinking for them? Do you still probably want to look at an offlaner here?
It's so hard to predict their mid. 33's played
Yeah, it is.
Tide and Darkseer mid, so
Tide, Darkseer, Chen, Lycan.
Oh, Lycan, guys. I just realized it's still in it. Is this not a good Lycan game either way, or?
Wyvern's pretty good against you,
Okay.
and Ember's so-so. He's pretty good too. But Wyvern is really, really nice against Lycan just because he can ult you in front of his all his like Necrobook creeps and his wolves, and he kills himself really quickly.
So not for them.
Yeah, and you just all physical damage, right? So when he gets on top of the Wyvern too, Cold Embrace is hyper efficient. I mean, I could see them still do it because maybe OG often just like runs it. Why not? But they take the profit.
You thinking that's Seb then? Obviously, there is still room for interpretation in this draft. OG, even though it seems they're picking more meta heroes, there is still... Seb does like playing that Earthshaker, and it could just be someone else on it, but I want to say that's probably a Seb Nature's Prophet.
I have no idea personally. Like we could see if No Tail loves the Nature's Prophet. He like
does.
the one who made the 5-position Prophet work, and then you could see like a Saxa 4-position Coddle. Give Coddle a bit more for him, but it really is very open with OG's roles.
Last bans using all the reserve time here is Bait. Definitely going to try to protect your last pick here, since you are overall last pick again this game. Meepo obviously already gone. They banned the DK themselves. Nervous about just getting steamrolled over by a DK Gyro, Nature's Prophet. Don't blame them there. And what is OG ban? Is there anything still good versus Gyro? Have they already banned out the Morphling? Seems like they covered that base, so maybe just they're gonna ban to protect their 9th pick here more than likely. Blitz, after you see this ban, you have to call the pick, because it's gonna protect them.
Okay.
5 seconds.
They're using all the reserve time again.
It's Dire's turn to pick.
SF is banned. It doesn't really protect anything. Blitz, I will allow you to not answer, because I thought it would have been like a Huskar or a TA, and then it's like, it gives you something, right? That doesn't really give you too much. Is there any chance of, for Bait, if it's a good, is Medusa too slow? I'm looking at Medusa for Bait, and I actually don't hate it that much.
It sounds alright, although usually you see the Medusa mid, but hey, Ember can safe lane, so it's not impossible.
But OG, they got to get this last pick. That's the curious question. Is it a Gyro middle? I assume it's Sumail playing the safe lane, and it will be Underlord. I believe that's 33 Underlord middle, more than likely.
He seems to be playing all the offlaners as mid laners. That's the OG strat so far.
Just kind of like, you're comfortable here, right?
Yeah. Didn't we see same in the Chinese scene with Chalice in 11? They were doing the exact same thing where they were playing like 3 offlaners in all different positions, kind of the same as what OG's doing.
Why not?
Here.
If the pace of the game is very fast, you can get away with doing stuff like that.
Is there just is anything bad about it? Oh, okay. Queen of Pain again. Hey, you won a game with it. Dendi showed, still got it with that hero as well. And it will be the King R Weaver, so it is support.
I think it's a much harder co-op game, though, this time around.
A lot more lockdown this game. And it is, Sumail Gyro. We'll keep it to date. I assume it'll be the 33 Underlord, but you never know.
Another tough matchup mid.
Sub Underlord.
No, Sub Underlord, and it's going to be Nature's Prophet mid.
Yeah. I feel like they maybe swapped that once they saw the Quap. Like they would have done Underlord mid against the Ember potentially, but the Quap, the mid matchup, made last game very difficult for them.
All right, guys, this is game 3. Is Bait gonna pull one of the biggest upsets we've seen this year, or do you think OG, you know, after that game 2, we had some fun, are they gonna lock it down?
No, Bait's gonna do it.
Why?
What? I think their lineup is pretty well rounded. I feel like
it's Dendi Quap.
Yeah, Dendi's gonna go off.
It was a beast last game.
I like 4-position Weaver especially. Like that Ags is such a game-changing thing.
Yeah, I think Dendi's gonna do it.
Okay, Gods.
I'm with Will. I think Bait with Dendi Quap. I mean, it's not even just Dendi Quap. Obviously, it's his team he put together. He's on one of his iconic heroes. They looked really good last game. Gothics on Centaur. They've got a lot of comfort zone picks, so.
My
B8.
Goodness, 2 people are choosing B8 right now. OG, the returning TI champions. They're at risk of losing their first series in this tournament. Will they do it, or will they come back and say, we clouded our love too much, we're gonna win? Well, we'll have to send it over to our casters and see.
I do not thank.
That's just where you prove yourself. Well, not me. Or is it?
Both of our panelists taking Dendi and Bait, and with so much enthusiasm too. You can just hear it dripping from Blitz's voice. He really, truly believes in Dendi. Do you believe in Dendi? Do you believe in Dendi?
Something about using the word dripping just made me a tad uncomfortable, but I don't know. I believe in them more now than I did after game 1, but at the same time, I think anyone and all can agree that OG did a little bit of a wonky everything game 2. And as we see a little bit more of a standard draft, I do look forward to seeing how this game does play out. Nice finger block coming out from No-Tail to start the game. LeBron forced to level his Arctic Burn and utilize it at the start. Perfectly fine trade both ways, though. We have an Underlord off lane. We have a Nature's Prophet mid lane. As the panel said, they did this to get the favorable lane matchups, or at least the better version of the lane matchups for them.
But are they actually going to get it?
How so?
Dendi is
Ember
currently
mid.
sitting in the side lane, and Excalibur is looking to be running mid.
Good call. Maybe they will swap it up themselves on the side of OG.
Oh, they're going to chase down LeBron here. LeBron doesn't have the Arctic Burn anymore to save himself. He's definitely going to be dying here. The Bounty Rune will be taken by Gostic, but at the same time, OG Saxa, he'll be able to run down the other one, so it's basically the same. They give up Bounty Runes, and they even give up First Blood to conceal who's going where.
It is very important here, for sure. Underlord cannot lane against Quap. What he might elect to do is just level his Firestorm first wave, clear it as fast as possible, and then begin to cut. That's might what be his approaches, but since Wyvern's forced to walk out, let's see what he does in the meantime. They do TP the Coddle bottom. It's actually just not blocked at all by Seb, so it's pushed into the tower. Most likely they're just going to have the Coddle block the small camp. Maybe Seb will block the large camp to prevent pulls to reset the lane equilibrium. And they might just be content with the lanes as is.
Yeah, isn't that good for Underlord? Isn't he pretty happy with the lane pushing in?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. As long as the Quap can make use of just daggering you and right-clicking you a bunch of times, then you're perfectly fine with this.
Saxa is going to do the best he can to help out with that, but with level 1 Illuminate, not sure how much he's going to be able to do for now.
Level 1 Illuminate. So it looks like they are planning to just shove the wave as much as possible, knowing that the Underlord taking the passive level 1 means that he could just get like doubled up on a wave, as we see Ghosted taking a lot of damage top. He is level 2 though, so he gets the stomp off on Sumail, taking a lot of damage, but does not manage to finish anyone off here. No-Tail and Sumail looking light on the regen.
So who's going to win the lanes? Who's winning what lane?
I think I'm leaning towards Bait in all 3 lanes pretty much.
Yeah.
I think mid should go about even because you are low armor on the Ember Spirit, despite the fact that Prophet has no way of breaking your Flame Guard. But as you get more levels, you should be perfectly content just popping that Flame Guard and creating CS. But as of now, it's about even across the board. I imagine Seb will slowly but surely get bullied in the bottom lane by the Queen of Pain. But they're purposely taking the lane. The one thing about these ranged carries, or cores in general in the side lane, like Queen of Pain, like Razor, they can't afford to tank creeps. So if you just make it so they don't have any creeps, they can't be aggressive on you. As you see, Dendi forced to be under his tower, taking a good amount of damage from these creeps since he is a ranged, no stout shield built in to the hero. And effectively protecting them and using this pole camp in the bottom lane as we see top back and forth. Oh, the first kill, Fairy Fire.
Is that going to save him? King R. He needs to go the right direction. Oh, he went up.
No.
In reality, it was down.
He got level 2,
They
though.
get the bug on him. Sumail has to deal with that bug as quick as possible before King R gets close enough to get an attack in. He's not going to be able to do so. Turns for No-Tail instead. Oh, dear.
No-Tail, huh?
No-Tail. A little bit of southern.
That's the southern No-Tail.
Yeah.
K-Kona No-Tail there. Lane did just TP home on 33. Gets the free regen coming in by using his second spell to get back in here. Flame Guard levels are starting to add up. Just bullying away the trees, as well as 33, who's already TP to base, does have a salve, but cannot do that for free as he does salve up. Side of Fist is on cooldown, so he's good to do that. Pretty even trade in the mid lane so far. The Underlord,
lane.
number 1.
Fisher.
Yes.
He does have Shikuchi, but he's dead.
Wow. Not something you'd expect to happen when did they have detection for him?
No, he just went out. They did have detection on the right hand side, but it was more about him just trying to harass No-Tail.
Yeah, that's the key on Weaver. When you come out of the Sakuchi, you got to make sure you're in good position. It's kind of like when you blink on Quap. It's more about where you blink to, not where you blink from. As they are actually bullying away Dendi bottom. With this Ring of Tarask plus Ring of Regen on the Underlord, I don't think they care about this Queen of Pain. The idea that they're just shoving the lane in, what is Dendi supposed to do about this?
Yeah, I'm not really sure, because now even LeBron is being harassed back. They're going to miss a full wave underneath the tower at this rate.
I think this is an oversight by Bait. They are late to do it. They do block this big camp, but they've utilized this camp 2 or 3 times already on the side of OG, such that you just push in the lane and then you pull and you establish a level advantage. Excalibur does rotate the bottom level 5 with a haste rune. Pretty low mana. He will have to pop it if he wishes to use any abilities, but Queen of Pain forced to TP mid. I don't know about this. 33 is already level 5, and Nature's Prophet is by no means bad against Queen of Pain. He's only level 3. Dendi's game is kind of ruined. Not nearly the momentum we saw from him last game, free farming the mid lane against the Tidehunter.
At the same time, maybe this Quap, like, he can't really be punished too heavily, right, by Furion?
Absolutely, but at the same time, Furion's going to be level 6, and he's going to be rotating around, effectively punishing as long as Ember's not mirroring his movements, I think.
So maybe it's going to be like Ghostic, who's going to be the worst for wear of all of this.
Yeah, something like that. That sounds about right. He does TP home on 33. He has the global teleport as well as his ultimate. Elects to just TP back to mid, potentially, yes.
Excalibur uses the haste rune to be able to get 2 bounties, and they do manage to nab 1 at top. That's actually all 4 going to Bait. Some damage onto Seb. This matchup may have been fine before, but with a level advantage, maybe Excalibur can do a bit better.
Yeah, absolutely. Underlord's just gone a pure regen build, so all Excalibur has to do is not have the Flame Guard get removed by the nukes of Seb as well as Soxa. Top lane, another just a continuous brawl, it seems like, up here. Both heroes have less CS than their counterparts in the other lanes, but it's about even top. A little bit of a network or CS advantage to Ghostic, though, who also went for this Ring of Tarask.
And he's been a pretty happy camper. And it was like Centaur versus Gyrocopter. Pretty feel-good matchup.
Any low base damage hero, I feel like I like Gyro.
Going for Dendi here. Dendi doesn't actually have a way to cut through the tree, so he's just going to have to TP out.
He just TP'd to tier 1, so only investment there is the 90 gold from the TP scroll.
Not the worst thing in the world, Seth. In that situation, but he's not going to make it out. That was a long TP, was it?
Yeah, he TP'd to his own tier 1.
Oh, dear. That one's not going to work. Meanwhile, mid lane 33 actually goes down as King R goes for a gank. Meanwhile, Soxa does manage to get the Courier of Excaliburs, but a much bigger bounty.
Oh, the good old ganking Weaver.
Yeah. Not sure how they managed to pull that off without a stun. I guess 33 just didn't have any of his TPs up.
Top lane.
Rocket Barrage. It's going to be a lot of damage, especially with this chain stun, but he does manage to hit the stomp on both of them. The TP's coming in from the Winter Wyvern. A TP in from the Furion, though, as well. He throws out a Sprout, goes to quickly, kills through the trees, and he's going to be saved by the Cold Embrace. Now Dendi's going to be here, quickly executing No Tail and one Samael next. Excalibur's going to join them in this hunt, and they're going to use the Sonic Wave. Ooh, that was a little bit close, but they do get the kill. Nice rotations from Bait, bringing heroes along, making sure they play fast, much like OG has been doing all tournament long.
I believe the just TP meme does not apply here, as they've tried numerous times on OG, and it is not working to TP away from these lack of stuns. They are just getting killed before they can finish, and Seb recovering in the bottom lane, but Bait, this movement has resulted in most likely them getting a tier 1. If OG can trade all things considered mid lane, we see another back and forth, and it looks like Bait's really initiating all of these moves, so I do like the way they're playing this game thus far. Dendi only level 6, but you can see he's still willing to be active, and I like to see that. Not going to have any time to fret in this game. Must go, go, go. Double null done on him. Iron Talon found by the Weaver. Probably give that to the Ember or the Centaur. Centaur defends bottom, gets his level 6, so they do take the tower without trading on the side of Bait.
Well, Seb's still going to go for it, though. TP coming in from the Winter Wyvern. Nature did so much. Cold Embrace, that's going to help him out, but he's still underneath the Firestorm, and there's still Soxa as well. Yeah, he doesn't do anything.
He was in the Firestorm. That almost does more damage than him just walking away, I think. That was a nice figure.
He's going to be fine, but that does take the tower, so they do successfully trade out on the side of OG.
I don't think Centaur was expecting himself to be killable there, and then that Nature's Prophet ult, he just did like 600 damage.
Yeah, he's been untouchable for most of the game, and he almost had his Vanguard complete. LeBron blocked by the Fisher. no teleports. He's dead.
The dead lane, sir.
And Seb is getting some permanent damage off of all this.
Sumail found a faded brooch. Really nice item for every hero, but especially heroes like Gyro that only limitation for farming is their mana as well as how fast they can get from place to place. Faded brooch sounds like a pretty nice solution to those problems. Shovel found by 33. Gets a TP scroll.
And buy that for $1.
Easy 90 gold. So you think 90 gold's worth $1? Is that your conversion rate?
No, it's just a fence.
Oh, never heard of it, sorry.
10-minute outposts and bounties. We're going to have a fight over it. Looks like bottom lane.
They're going to get both if they go for this one.
Dendi's going to try and go for it, and who's there to stop him? Well, Ghostic's trying to get a solo kill on a set, misses his stomp, and there's no disable to stop that TP away. On the other side of the map, though, they will manage to get that outpost just before it turns 10 minutes. What about the bounty runes? Well, Ember Spirit Excalibur does a good job. He takes one away from them, and then he takes the other side, so that's going to be all 4.
Does he know that Quap blinked here? I guess not, because I think he would have gone on Dendi if he knew.
Yeah, Dendi's only sitting at 1,000 health, so...
Like a TP or a Nature's Prop ulti plus him going there?
Sure.
With no blink? I think that was a kill, but he obviously had no idea of knowing that. Sumail is looking. Centaur does have ult, but we saw how much damage that Prop ulti did. He's bullying him away at the very least, chasing him down. Rocket's coming in. Meanwhile, Bait is fighting just a little bit of harass, I believe, Sumail, forcing out the ultimate. As said, is defending mid with the coddle behind. Still in
Dragon, but Seb gets taken out with Modern Wave, but what an echo! It actually takes out Dendi in turn and chains them with Scalper long enough with the will whip. They almost get the kill. Fortunately, he was going to be saved there as the push out goes, and LeBron, well, he's going to be the victim instead. But OG mounts such a heavy defense of that mid lane. They actually get a 1-for-2 trade, and as a result, Sumail is able to free farm bottom.
Yeah, it's just really cool what they did there. They had Sumail be bullying the Centaur out of a place he wants to be farming, so he's effectively farming, forcing out a Centaur ultimate, and then the hero that clears waves the best in the Underworld is defending the tower, and Coddle, the hero that saves them the best, is there. And then Earthshaker's in position to potentially counter initiation after everything's said and done. So just really well distributed by OG, giving them a slight network lead. Now, the network off. He's ready to go again.
That Echo Slam was game changer this time around. What can OG do to turn this team fight? Well, Ghostic, he's been taken up so much. They have the double jump in from the Remnant. Excalibur, they will finish off Seb. He's already dead. Excalibur does not have another Remnant to get away from Sumail, but he does have the chains to keep his distance. Meanwhile, King R has been very disruptive in the back line. Hemming in No Tail, keeping him close to the tier 1 tower. He's only sitting at 200 HP with just a Fissure to protect, but it looks like Sumail by himself standing may push Bait back from taking this mid tower.
OG seems infectious with the way they play, because if you don't join in, they just kind of run you over, and Bait definitely seems to be game.
They're going to do a cheeky little Cold Embrace retaliate play. Some free damage onto the tower. The Wrath of Nature, though, bringing him a bit low. Saksa is looking for that blinding light pushback. With the Fissure, fortunately, there was a little hole to work with, and a beautiful Winter's Curse laid out onto No Tail. Looks like King R might be able to get both his courier and the kill onto the Earthshaker. Excalibur makes sure he jumps in to help finish him off. A nice save. Weaver is going to be able to get off the time lapse. Unfortunately, he's still stuck inside that pit. Nasty bit of work that one is, and he will die support for support. That mid tower is still alive at 130 HP.
Ghostic really forcing the issue, just keeps walking into the tower range casually, getting that retaliate on it.
They're going to come in for the 9 now. Will get it.
Yeah, hero damage is usually reduced by half when you're hitting towers, so this 76 return damage on retaliate is effectively like a hero that hits for 150 damage on that tower, so it adds up pretty quick. For anyone wondering why that does a deceivingly amount of damage to towers. And Dendi gets his bottle filled mid as we see the replay of the last fight. Both supports going down. A lot of happening for just simple 1-for-1 trade. But nonetheless, all about that mid-tier 1 that Bait ends up getting. I believe, was it denied?
Tower?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Seb got it.
Of course. I was testing you.
Good test, BSJ. I always love a pop quiz, a smoke up. Pop quiz for OG and Bait, how they're going to take this team fight. No Tail leads it off with a couple of chain stunts here, and it came out of the real with the Echo Slam, everything being laid out. But once again, the Winter's Curse, the Wrath of Nature goes out, and King Hard, he tried so many times, but he couldn't away, especially before Seb gets here with that pit. He's looking to catch somebody. Soxa on the ride. Everybody from bait, besides old King R, will manage to get out.
Excalibur is having top in the meanwhile.
Yeah.
Seb going for most likely a
Stampede straight onto Seb. They're going to try and burst him down as quick as possible. Soxa goes for the blind blade pushback. They also have the Hooded Defiant. Seb is very tanky, but they have brought enough damage. They just need time to put out that damage. They've got all the time in the world.
Nice hit.
Nobody's trying to save Seb.
That's now physical and mental damage done to Seb, but he probably doesn't care, honestly.
There's the chat line to go with it.
You gotta work your way there, Cap. You can't just go all in at once. Shovel.
I could use a nice chill baby right now from the Winter Wyvern.
What level of voice line is that? Is he high enough?
Silver or gold? I don't know.
Oh, if it's gold, then he's not quite cutting it for that one. I'm gonna go right now and check.
Dude, Bait's getting all the bounty runes. Like, I feel like they've gotten 12 of the last 3 rounds.
Oh, Chill Baby is the silver tier.
Four.
Maybe Chill Baby.
Oh, 33. He just teleported right into Dendi. Dendi is going to be the one forced back, though, especially with the rocket coming in.
Mask of Madness done on Sumail this game, electing not to rush the Ags like he did the previous Gyro game. Has the damage talent. His farming speed should be just fine. Meanwhile, on the other side, the drums into Maelstrom on Excalibur. Dendi working on the Yules. Has the 2 jellies in his backpack.
Once again, we have not gotten all the tier 1 items. It's in. Both teams just don't seem to give a damn about farming.
Yeah, they just don't understand, like the North Americans do, that you get items from hitting the creeps, and you should hit as many of them as possible at all times. Sumail does deward the sentry mid. And another sentry? No. Yes, it's there, but they don't see it. Another hard contest in the mid lane. This time for Bait's tier 1. Catapult will most likely go down. Seb elects to tank for it. It's alive with very little help. And kind of reversal of roles here from both teams. 33 does have the Orchid. Grove Bow, most likely going to be given to Queen of Pain, Weaver, or Wyvern. All actually good Grove Bow carriers.
Do you think OG will outscale Bait?
It's tough. They have a lot of stall and a lot of disable, so the Weaver Ags going to be really hard to focus one hero down immediately as long as he's in the back. But if they manage to focus separate targets at once, which I believe their coordination will be good, I think they should be fine. But by no means do I think Bait's out of the game if it goes long enough.
Sure. We've seen some pretty potent Queen of Pain late game. That level 25 talent, obviously Ember can scale quite nicely.
Oh, he jukes the right way.
He's trying to hunt him with the Orchid.
No blink on Shaker, not for a long time. That is a 5-position Shaker. He's under a sentry though, but they don't get him.
He's gonna run into him again.
No tell.
Some of these lines are so good.
Sonic wave over the top. That's going to be 4 hit by it. They're all going to try and TP away. It looks like 33 will manage to get out, but No Tail is dead. 3
men down from that wombo combo.
That's when Seb says, why doesn't my Earthshaker Echo Slam then? Oh yeah, it's on cooldown.
Shame.
I like this Treads on Centaur. He's been just tanking up, wailing on some buildings. It seems like even though he's 1, 2, and 6, I've felt a lot of impact from Ghostic this game. Really feels like he's always in the right place at the right time, being just a frontline body for his team, setting up a lot of their engagements as they look to go. Blasting into the fog, knowing LeBron is around here. King R.
They're just running at him. Jesus, they really don't like LeBron.
Yeah.
Indeed, chill, baby. What's going on?
There it is. There's the chill, baby.
They had no stuns. They were just like, just run at him. We'll do it.
That is a very appropriate voice line against OG, honestly. So, yeah. Very value Wyvern pick here if you're considering the Dota Plus benefits. Only $4.99 a month. Thank you, Gavin. There's a $3.99.
Can't say.
Okay.
Pipe is almost done for the Centaur. He can get Pipe Crimson Guard. I feel like OG's greatest threat is when they have that big burst of damage that comes out from the Wrath of Nature plus Call Down.
It is a lot of burst, but as of now, their sustained damage is limited.
Tail just all hitting on this outpost, and it's only 1920, so they easily will manage to take this outpost back, and now OG are left in a 4 versus 5. No way to defend this side of the map.
You gotta at least wait till it's the 1950s before you go for the outpost cap.
Yeah, the Roaring 20s was not a good time to go, that's for sure. Smoke up from Bait as they're going to four-man through into the enemy jungle here. With the bounty rune spawning, I think it's very likely OG are over here. They won't have their Ember Spirit right away, though, and OG is a little bit grouped up. Saxa just runs right into him here, spots him out. They're going to try and quickly kill him, but does manage to get off the little list. That's going to stall a lot of things here. The River Cave is helping protect him right now. The Courier's going to die. As well as Saxa, they're going to throw out that Stampede to try and chase down Samil. Does manage to get the slow but ankle, same turn around by Samil. Which is going to keep them chained down by Runter's Curse, cast by LeBron. Stall things out, the Cold Embrace himself, and he's trying to run through that missile. Meanwhile, a Sonic Wave wiping out OG. Now Zeb going for the desperation TP out, but no, they are all dead.
Bait's here to game.
Bait is here indeed, a 4,000 net worth lead. Keep it going, and they will take this series against OG in a massive upset.
Dendi is back.
These combos, man. LeBron turning up big with these winners' curses. He has set up Dendi for his success time and time again, as we're going to see here.
Really well-timed Sonic Waves right after the Wyvern ulti finishes. Combo we've seen several times now, and it's just overwhelming damage. Really good patience from Dendi here, waiting for them to all group up once again. Boom.
Beautiful.
That's a complete team wipe. Up by 7,000 net worth. 21 minutes in the game. Will we actually see OG stomp the living crap out of Nigma and then lose to Bait 2-1?
Check those odds again just real quick. Oh, yeah. A lot of you were siding with OG.
Hopping on that train right now. They're up by 7,000, guys. I saw some biased casters about that in the chat, and that's some biased bettors if you ever ask me.
That's the real bias right there.
Yeah. No Tail working on that blink, but you know, he's working on it. Does have the Philosopher's Stone, so maybe get there 6 minutes or so sooner than he normally would.
Weaver's working on that Aghanim Scepter, but he's really working on it. He actually almost has it done. They can get this tower, it'll pretty much be complete. Saxa trying to defend with the Wrath of Nature Illuminate, but it also puts himself in danger here.
No dust on anybody here. King R skipping on the detection, knowing he has a Glimmer Cape on the Coddle, just because he's rushing that Ags. No detection at all, actually. Wyvern doesn't have any. Ember doesn't have any. This Glimmer Cape, invisibility equals invincibility cap.
Yeah, normally it's pretty rough getting that bug off you as a Keeper of the Light, but if you just go invisible, it becomes a lot easier. They're going to go for him now, and look at that, Glimmer Cape. Wow.
He did it. He used the button.
He clicked the item. Wow. Blink Dagger now for Gostic, so they can have some extra initiation. A BKB soon for Excalibur, so he can run freely around in these team fights. There's not a ton of physical damage yet on the side of OG, and I say yet because Samael is currently looking at a Divine Rapier. So a long ways away, but...
What do you mean he's looking at it? He has a Butterfly Satanic queued up.
Well, he did have the Divine Rapier literally 5 seconds ago. God damn it, Samael. I swear to God, it was there. Oh, dear Seb.
I know it's your attempt to be exciting, Cap, but that's trying a bit too hard.
And the Divine Rapier!
Real hype. Yeah, I don't know when this gets better for OG. The last game they were down by so much and still managed to look like they're controlling the game, but that is just not the case here.
Yeah, I feel like almost the Tidehunter carry was
the real game changer.
Was more capable of making the comeback than the Gyrocopter in this position anyway, where he is currently being out-farmed by all 3 cores on the side of Bait.
They've elected to slow it down on OG and say, we have a shaker. That hero's decent with a blink, so we're going to farm that.
You know, they put some priority into it before. Why they
Has
stopped
the
here?
century this time around. He's not going to say that this Glimmer Cape, you shall not pass, he says. And passing means to TP, pass to the other side of the realm.
Well, he will pass in a way in that he will pass to the other side.
Yes,
Living the dead.
yes, of course. He'll come back soon enough.
We're going to go back to the Roshan pit, shall we?
They will. Or we shall.
Taking the Cold Embrace, bug on the Roshan. We've got a lot of ways to slowly but surely do this. And I don't think OG is feeling randy enough to try and take it away from them. They are just going to keep on farming for that first damage. They almost have a no-tail. That's going to be another 100 gold for him. Sumail, not really close to anything.
Does get the spider legs again, though.
Oh, that's spider legs.
Spider legs. Spider legs.
Keep it going.
Does whatever.
Every time. I've been. How long have we been here?
Too long, Cap.
About 10 days or so. Okay. Every time Spider Leg shows up, I hear Brian. Spider.
If you don't think of it, you're gonna think of it now. For anyone watching.
Yeah, you just ruined chat's day.
You're welcome, guys. That's what I'm here for. I am here for all week and the next week after.
All right, Crimson Guard and Ghostic also has a cracking coat. This man's not dying.
That is a lot of effective health when he only had 5 armor previously. The treads effectively balancing that out, planned ahead of time with those.
And then even if you do bring him low, there is an Aghanim's Weaver that can reset all the damage you put on him.
You just got to bring him low really slowly, like over the course of like 20 seconds, and then the Weaver X does nothing.
What about his 41 regeneration a second?
Over the course of 15 seconds, so I don't know, man. I'm just trying to help out OG here. I'm sure they'll figure out a way to take a fight, but Sumail might be in some trouble here. Does have the spider legs. He's doing whatever a spider does.
Scaring away, I believe, is what they do, and that's just what he does. He's not looking to fight right now. Because spiders, you know what they do best, BSJ?
Lay webs?
They lay traps.
Do they really?
Yeah. That's what their web is. They're gonna snatch up those flies and bugs, and that's what OG is trying to do. They're trying to spin a web, a trap to be able to catch bait in it.
But that's
what is
a BKB cleanup fan with Aegis.
Yeah, that's maybe too big of a bug.
And Ghostic as well as LeBron coming behind. LeBron actually TPing top to set up on 33, so he's not here for this fight.
Unfortunately, the Fisher will allow them to get away, especially with the help of the spider legs. He's so fast.
Not quite the fast as the surged gyrocopter at 1,000 movement speed.
One last firestorm before he goes. He's just trying to buy time. That's all he's trying to do right now. Buy time.
The net worth has effectively flattened out. It was 7K a couple minutes ago, and now it's 6. So they are farming despite what it seems like Bait is dictating all the movements. So OG doing a pretty good job of avoiding them, but Bait, they've been pedal to the metal. Weaver actually camping this remnant of his own member. I thought he was actually waiting for somebody, but he's just happens to be standing right next to it. Excuse me. We do, I don't know, when's go time? They have Vlad's pipe on the Underlord, they have Blink on the Shaker, they have 2 smokes. I guess they're just waiting out the Aegis, right? That's probably the timing that he's looking for. And I'm sure they have it written down. It's 2 minutes from now. So go ahead and take a bathroom break if you wish, but don't do it any longer than 2 minutes, guys.
Better pee fast.
Yeah.
LeBron, he was trying to catch 33 and all this stick pushing. He does manage to get close to him, but the Orc gets lost. Maybe the chain. Excalibur was so close. He actually did cast chains. Okay, so this Centaur, very, very tanky. We talked about him. We talked about King Arm. He's right behind him. He's ready to go with that time lapse at any point in time. Excalibur jumps in. He can put a balance. Got to be careful with that one. Another pit laid out, especially Excalibur is low on mana here. He's going to pop in those 3 clarities he had in his backpack and start chugging.
Sumail almost done with that butterfly. Since he does have the Mask of Madness, he can sell or disassemble for the quarterstaff while picking up the talisman. But getting to the side shop might actually be the secret shop, excuse me, may be the hardest part about this butterfly. You may choose to go for the opponent's secret shop as he managed to click respawning. Very efficient there. And that's really about the only thing going on right now as we see them just stalling out for this Aegis end. And 33 continuously applying pressure on his lane. If you want to avoid fighting, the key is the split push threat of forcing the opponent to defend their own towers as they smoke up the side of OG.
Trying to switch it up here. No longer the pack with OG. They burst out of their base and go for a kill, go for a team fight, try and get whatever heroes kills they can, but it's only been the Winter Wyvern so far. Ghostic, well, he's very tanky. He's going to survive long enough for Excalibur and Kingar to potentially get here. Here's Excalibur. Oh, Kingar needs to get a little bit closer. He got the time lapse. A full heal up for Ghostic, and now a full retreat from OG. They all get out with the Underlordal.
They were scared of the Wyvern. Now, they obviously could have stayed a little longer, but they knew he bought back. You know he TP'd.
Excalibur.
I wonder if that play was almost around the fact that they're like, hey, we're going to go with 30 seconds on the Aegis. They don't think we're going to go right now because we think they're going to wait for the Aegis. And, yeah, a bit strange on that timing there from OG, but it did work. They forced the buyback on Wyvern. Now they have a win condition in fights. Usually heroes like Wyvern, you're scared to burst them because of the buyback on supports is usually pretty cheap. But now, 7.5 minute cooldown on that. I'm sure OG will be looking to take a fight sometime in the next 7.5 minutes. Bold prediction. BS8, thank you. And they will be looking to probably target the Wyvern first.
Okay. 7.5 minutes. That's the window you're working with right now, boys and girls. If you're looking to see some action, now if you're looking to see some creeps get killed, this is an excellent game to watch. We've seen a lot of those little buggers die. Maybe Bait are going to go for a high ground little poke here. I mean, they can keep on doing the retaliate play they were doing before with Cold Embrace if they really want to. Aghanim Interceptor is almost done for the Centaur, so maybe they complete that as well as Excalibur's. That's going to be another 1,200 gold for him. Scythe of Ice, a couple hundred left there, and Dendi can buy that.
A lot of defensive tools coming out. A lot of Ag Scepters. The Ember, we got the Centaur.
We have no like pure right-click damage coming out from them. Just more tank, more magic damage.
They're only going to have one BKB if they ever decide to buy it on the Gyro. They only have one on the 33 Nature's Prophet, who's forced to pop it just to get back to base. And he's working on an AC, so pretty standard Nature's Prophet build based on what we've seen so far this patch. The BKB AC and the Orchid. They do smoke up. No Nature's Prophet BKB, but other than that, all the tools are online for OG.
Scan from Radiant.
Ghost Stick is a tough target. Anybody with Weaver behind is a tough target.
Dire don't look too
Chill,
scared.
baby.
Butterfly plus a buyback.
They're baiting the
up
DD.
on
They're baiting the
Gyrocopter.
DD.
The DD is going to be left out there. Oh, they tried to get this man. Grab it here. Ghost Stick is not the target they really want to go for. No Tail blinks away from the Centaur, but right into Excalibur, who's now been chained up on BKB before the Echo Sand can come in. The save from Seb is there, though. They're not going to be able to finish off. No Tail, a TP out from Samael is good. It's only going to be Saksa who's caught here.
I would love to see the Wyvern curse go off and then in base be cursed and die. That'd be pretty funny. I've never seen that one, so I was kind of hoping he would do it, but I can understand not going for it there.
Yeah, maybe better to hold on to that big team fight spell.
Now, no fake news from me, unlike Cap. There is a Rapier queued up for Samael.
I hope he switches it back. Satanic.
No, people saw it now. Unlike viewers, they didn't see it.
Seeing is believing. And you should currently be believing in fate because it's 20-11. And they are currently up by 7K. Of course, it has been kind of the same 7K net worth lead they've been at for the last 10 minutes.
Yes, definitely stagnated. OG doing their best to just kind of play cat and mouse right now. They are the mouse, or shall I say, the rat.
When did they turn into a cat, though? Is it just Divine Rapier and Roshan?
You can be whatever you want to be in 2020, Cav. It's just a matter of time. He does look for the Yules on Dendi. Does not manage to find it. He actually has a sheep, as you mentioned, so Nature's Prophet has to be much more careful when he's looking to split push. I think they just need to contest Roche. I don't think there's really any reason for them to force it to fight. They also shouldn't just give anything to Bait for free. So I have no belief that Bait is going to go high ground anytime soon. So Roche will almost certainly be the next point of contention, which will be respawning in the next 30 seconds. As both teams are playing around that side of the map as
get some vision down
discussed.
Gem True Sight. Looks like they picked one up. The Aghanim Scepter is there for the Ember Spirit. Big upgrades all around for Bait, just in time for this Roshan. They're going to push forward, see if they can find somebody in this corner. They know OG could be lingering around, sadly.
Oh, they saw the Scream of Pain hit him, but
yeah,
he was invis. Lotus Orb being complete on Seb, so might see some accidental sheeps on themselves and such. Have to be careful for that. Really good against the Searing Chains, good against the Wyvern Arctic Burn.
Okay, well, I mean, they sent everybody back from OG, right? So they can kind of poke at Roshan.
Very slow, though. You have the Weaver bug, but it is getting targeted by Roche. Will they draw the aggro? No. The bug is going to die.
Can you draw the aggro?
I'm not sure when you stun him. I think it resets his aggro.
I think it always targets the bug.
No, if you stand closer at the very start, it won't target the bug. Really? Yeah. It's just like anything else where if it's the closest target, it gets aggro. Huh. You can't tell the bug to move away. They do just get the Aegis uncontested. I thought they were going to contest the Roche, but I'll admit it, Kyle. Or not Kyle. Yeah. You always think about Kyle, but
when wrong comes up, it's natural. I understand.
Thank you.
All right, well, let's hit some Greaves, because now OG need to wait out the Aegis. I would assume. He bought a Satanic, by the way.
But he had the radio queued up, Cap, and everyone saw it.
Yeah, but he has the Satanic in his inventory, so he wasn't really going for Divine Rapier, was he? It was all a ruse. It was a plot, just like this smoke is a plot to go assassinate some more creeps, I imagine.
Dota is just a plot, Cap. Think about that.
How does the plot of this game end, Jay?
No spoilers, Cap. No spoilers. That's for the viewers to figure out and to watch.
Okay. Is it a regular whodunit, PSJ?
Yes, indeed.
Who killed the Ancient? Was it Radiant or was it Dire? Was it Dendi or was it Sumail?
The all-time greats meeting, clashing. Bait, will they decide to go for the high ground? Do they have the confidence to force the issue? Ghosting, frontlining for his squad. Sumail poking him down just a bit. That tickles.
He's got 3,700 HP. He's got a cheese. He's got time lapse. And he's got even a cold embrace from LeBron if it's needed. They're just kind of poking at it. Siege Wagons were doing their work in bottom lane. And that's another 130 damage done.
Bit by bit, Cap. Bit.
Just work it down. Dendi will make sure to cut the creep wave at top.
It's a marathon, not a race.
In the front lines, the Scythe of Ice goes out on Sumail. Lotus Orb covering his retreat, though. And yeah, good job, everybody. It's 37 minutes in. And we're still here. We're still kicking it. We haven't seen anything die of late. Lots of change. Scalper fissured up, has his BKB, gets a little bit low, but there's the time lapse. It still follows him.
He did have time lapse, I guess.
He trusted in his team. That's what he did. You know what's funny? The if you look at the net worth graph, you know, the bottom of it. Yeah. The last little token was OG No Tail killing a Sentry Ward. Wow. And then after that, it was LeBron killing a Sentry Ward. Then No Tail action, and then an Observer Ward being destroyed.
No, stop. The best coming out from OG as well.
Nice shooting, Fisher. They're gonna try and focus him down, but the time on. They actually take him. He forced out to wait. Now he can Witcher's goes out of his leisure. He sees an opportunity to be able to catch three while they take down No Tail at the same time. Nice shot goes out, does some damage. 33 is about half HP. Excalibur retreats to the high ground, but Ghosting. He gets his on modded Sumail. Sumail no longer has the Satanic, but the Paladin sword is keeping him plenty high. The time lapse removes all that damage from Ghosting. A Call to Brace helps persevere a little bit longer, but he's just being wailed on by 5 heroes right now. Will it be enough? Can Bait somehow bail him out of here? Doesn't look like it. They don't feel confident about this fight at all. They're all going to try and run away. LeBron's going to be the first one out. Excalibur
Blocked in by the Sprout, jumped on by No Tail. He's dead as well, and he drops the gem.
And like we said, more riveting action coming out from this game. Actually a good fight from OG. First sign of life, really, even though they've been stagnating the net worth advantage to only about 6 or 7K. For once, they have dipped it back in their favor. Only up by 2,000 now on bait. And they're going to turn that into a mid-tier one at 39 minutes.
And a tower falls means that Sumail can get his Divine Rapier.
I know things have been a little bit slow, but they're about to get spicy. Look at that. Bottom lane, King R, Wrath of Nature, Orchid going out.
He has nothing to get rid of this Orchid.
Nope. He's going to get popped here by that Orchid.
Wow.
This one has no buyback. They're immediately going to use the repair kit on the mid lane. The Divine Rapier has been bought, though, by Sumail. Yet.
Oh, okay.
It's going to roll on
Dendi
out.
knows he'll ult the courier and blink and snipe that Divine Rapier, but no, to no avail, it will be delivered.
He's going to try and distract them away from this tower to let it heal up, but Sumail.
So much damage. Oh my god.
It's just ripping apart these buildings. They don't want to have to use their buyback on Excalibur here.
No, like, gotta be careful.
The Fisher going out. Now there's the Black Cannon shots. He's got to be careful with that. The Cold Break's going to save him. But now the ultimate's going to be dropped by Sumail. And it looks like he may just die here. LeBron's out. Does have buyback, but it's not. Sumail so deep. The tier 4s, but immediately the Satanic on up. The Winter's Curse catching some of the backline heroes. And Sumail they wanted into it. Now 33. He drops a little bit low. Dendi playing it slow on the side. He's ready to jump back in with Excalibur. Seth, he's going to go for the retreat there. Sounds the alarm. Dark ripped out, and they're away.
Divine Rapier, allowing them to take the mid lane of Barracks, do some serious damage to tier 4s, and lose nothing for it. This is how OG win this game, and Bates, who felt like they were just in total control of the map for about 20 minutes straight, maybe they dawdled a bit too long.
Ooh, we may
Watch this replay. And, you guys can watch it while we'll keep an eye on any potential action.
Oh, back into his aim, get the Fisher into an Echo, same onto Excalibur. They save by the time Lockwood puts him back into his feet. The Darkwood, the Cold Breaks was used as well, and he's just stuck and he's dead.
Chakra Magic on the Fissure makes it that much lower of a cooldown to Fissure again. He let off with a Fissure and then got Chakra Magic and Fissured again.
One hero down, a buyback to be forced quite soon. Denny's gonna TP back. They need to be here real fast though.
Those creatures are gonna die.
They need to be the same as time goes out. It bounces back onto Denny. They do time lapse Denny, but now Sumail's activated Satanic, throwing out some damage. LeBron in the backlines, he's just been shut down by the Gyrocopter. Could stick or get it up. Denny's trying to poke at Sumail, but he's just going straight for the Ancient. They're trying to back and forth between the Ancient, but they can't actually stay in the fight. Sumail's just going for it. He should be able to finish off the stuns, and after that's enough. GG is called, but it was too late because the throne died first, babe. In OG, where there's a will, there's a way, and by God, they did it.
I'm squinting because I can't tell what I just saw.
Well, while you try and figure it out, BSJ.
That was a roller coaster of no emotions and then emotions and then.
It was one of those roller coasters, you know, you get at the top and then it just flat lines for a really long time, and then all of a sudden it drops
you. And then like a half a second later it's over. And you're like, wait, that was it?
That was it.
That was it?
That was Bait versus OG, and OG do win, just not in the way that anybody expected. Back to the panel.